Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by Wilcox Warm-Up and Discap 2025 Flex number 4 winner, who also carried Corey to a Dubs win at the Thrill on Quill Hill, Patreon member Kyle Hirsch.
Oh.
A couple reminders, registration is open for the 2025 Stonewall Classic. The PDGA C tier is scheduled for Saturday, October 18th, 2025 in Greenville, New York. And from what Jason said, registration will be open until a few minutes before tee-off. Registration is also open for the Discap Series 2025 Volunteer Finale on November 2nd. If you have yet to volunteer, do so. If you have volunteered, volunteer more and also register for this event. There are shirts for all players that registered by October 15th at noon. This week we've got Alex, Evan, Randy, Corey, Jaimen, and Tim. And our guest tonight has been a PDGA member since 2022 and already has 13 wins, if you include leagues and doubles. For comparison, since 2022, I have played 9 events, including leagues and doubles. This year alone, he has won both the unnamed Justin Mucelli Pro Leagues, J Park Dubs League for the 3rd time, and the 19th Annual Ice Bowl with John J.P. Hafner. He also has a PDGA rating 11 points higher than Corey Cook. Thank you for joining us, Justin Mucelli.
Hey, thanks for having me on. And this is a slightly long-awaited episode, says Corey, but I'm glad to be here to.
Well, you would consider it a dream of yours, right?
Yes, it's been a long time coming. I've been waiting to do something interesting, and I probably haven't, but we'll see how this goes.
I'll find out in editing and try to make it more interesting. Before we get going, I've said your name twice so far. Did I say it correctly? Your last name?
Yes, it's Justin Mucelli, not Mucelli, as many people in my entire life have been saying it.
And all of Italy.
And all of it, yeah.
I think part of it is people my age watch a lot of Who's the Boss, with Tony Mucelli. So that might be a little bit where some confusion comes in. But
Justin does find a way to surround himself with older folk.
I am a frequenter of Porcupine Springs, Greg's place.
I just try to remember Mooch for short, and that tells me how I should be saying the whole thing.
That's actually a good point.
Right.
So, Justin, how did you first discover disc golf?
Well, I first played disc golf actually kind of without knowing that it was called disc golf. I just knew that my camp counselor had these cool frisbees that were like smaller than lids, like ultimate lids, and that there were these weird basket looking things on the college campus that I was staying at. I was there for a computer summer camp, learning coding and stuff. And so I would go out with friends and play safari golf because we didn't know what the course was. I enjoyed doing that for a while, but I kind of forgot about it when I went off to college, and then COVID hit and I needed something to do. So I basically tried to remember what it was that I was doing in summer camp that interested me so much. And then I remembered and figured out, okay, disc golf. I went to the end of a factory store, bought a bunch of discs, and went to Cranberry Park in Norwalk, Connecticut. That was the first park I ever went. Corey is very familiar with this park.
I have some memories.
Yeah. It is famous for dog walkers and other pedestrians that make it very difficult to play. And so I played there a bunch. I think I actually played 200 rounds there before I played anywhere else. I played so much disc golf in the first year. It was basically every single day. That was how I first got started. And then eventually I went to RPI, played with the RPI guys there, and met up with the Discap people, and the rest is history, really. It's been a really fun 4 years getting to know everyone, I guess.
Those first discs at the camp, were those PDGA discs or were they just...
Oh, that's a good question. I think I'm pretty sure they were PDGA discs, thinking back on it, but I have no idea what they were. Absolutely no idea.
I'm going to guess probably a DX Leopard, a Champion, iDie, Boss.
There were definitely some discs that people liked using more than others. I'm pretty sure my favorite was if I have to think about it now, it was probably the mid-range or the putter.
Probably a chewed up shark.
Yeah, it didn't go way left or way right. It went straight when you threw it, which was desirable. And everyone else had the crappy, 13 speeds that are either way too flippy or way too overstable. But
it sounds like you were into Ultimate before, or at least you were aware of it.
I actually have no idea where people got that, because I never really played Ultimate. Everyone assumed I was an Ultimate player for some reason.
I can tell you from my experience, it's because when you described the discs at the camp, you said that they were smaller than an Ultimate disc and not just a regular Frisbee. So I just kind of, because they are technically smaller than a regular Frisbee too. Most disc golf discs, I would imagine.
Yeah. But it's weird. I've gotten called an Ultimate player quite a bit, but I never played Ultimate. I actually played squash in high school, which is a racket sport game. You're playing a box and it's air conditioned, unlike tennis, which is scary and in the outdoor. So
I get confused with those because there's like racquetball and squash and a bunch of very kind of overlapping those type of handball even to a degree, which I don't know. We just might have made that up when I was a kid. We had a wall and we had a tennis ball, so we played handball. When you said you went to the factory store, was that the first time you bought a disc? And do you remember the first one you got and why?
Those were the first discs I bought. I think I got a pack of it was whatever was the minimum amount to get either free shipping or to not go over a certain amount. I was being economic about it. And actually, I was into badminton before COVID started. And so my mom wanted to get me a badminton net. Yeah, another racket sport. My mom wanted to get me a badminton net for the front yard. And I was like, no one's going to play badminton with me. And
could you imagine playing badminton in the front yard? What a loser.
Yeah. Mind you, that is a sport that even though two people is ideal, you could theoretically play on your own, if you're quick enough.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the racket sports,
it's probably the only one.
Hitting against a wall, but
I basically went to my mom and was like, okay, whatever money you were going to spend on a badminton net, can I buy a disc golf disc? And so I ended up getting 8 or so discs. I think I got a Mako, maybe a Mako 3. I don't really know, but I could pull up the order, but I think it was a Mako. I got a Nova. It's I think Jason usually throws those for up shots or when he's trying to throw in.
Yeah, Paul Macbeth was big with those, so that makes sense that Jason would throw them.
They go foop when you throw them pretty good.
Yeah. What did I get? I think I must have gotten a 13 speed, a Boss, or I don't think I got a Destroyer. And then most notably probably was a DX Eagle, a red DX Eagle was part of the first pack that I bought.
Wait, that's the one?
I was about to say, that's the one you still bag and throw rollers with?
That is, in fact, the one.
Bro, how have you not broken DX that yet?
Eagle.
That's impressive, Justin.
Yeah, I threw it maybe 3 or 4 times when I first got it, and it was immediately way too flippy, and I was like, this thing sucks, and didn't use it for 3 years. And then I pulled it out of the heap and was like, oh, I remember this thing. Let me try to throw a roller with it, and it was amazing.
And now it's almost your most used disc.
And now it is.
It's a cheat code for hole 35 at J Park.
Yeah, it's probably one of my most prized possessions.
So, Justin,
yes.
Are you going to use it over the winter, or do you have another DX Eagle to use when it's possible that stuff can get broken on a tree? That disc is gonna break.
Dude, you've gone up 10 points with that disc, both in unofficial events and official events. You should not be throwing that when it's anything colder than 65 degrees outside.
That's true. I think with the holes that I throw it on, hole 35, for example, at J Park, when it's all iced over, you can just throw a forehand and it'll just skip over. I don't have to mess around with it, but I found many ways of using that disc. In fact, I was even practicing some shots at Wilcox today. So if anyone's coming to spectate, you'll see those.
Yeah, because the WOW's this weekend, right?
The WOW is this week, and I will be using the DX Eagle at the WOW.
Did you know Corey before disc golf?
No, not at all.
Okay. You've referenced Connecticut a lot. Is that where you live now?
That's where I'm from, or that's where I grew up. So I grew up in Stamford, Connecticut, and if anyone's not familiar, Connecticut's a rectangle, and then the bottom left there's a little nub, and that's where Stamford is. I lived in the nub.
We've seen The Office season 2. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I grew up there and then, played Cranberry and stuff. But when I moved up here, I think my course number, the amount of courses that I played, multiplied by 10 because I was basically a Cranberry head. All I did was play Cranberry. And if I went to another course, I was like, this place is all right, but it's no Cranberry.
So what would you consider your local course now?
Well, now I'm still a student at RPI after, 6 years. And so I live in Troy, and my local course is Prospect. That is 2 minutes from my apartment, which is super nice. But I would be remiss if I did not also say that J Park was a secondary home course, if you want to say it like that.
You're one of the few people I know that's closer to Prospect Park than my house.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know of anyone who lives much closer. I mean, I live on the other side of RPI, and you can see Prospect from RPI, so.
That's why it's taken you 6 years. You keep looking and say, oh, I could be out playing around right now.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
distracted. If that's your closest course, what's the farthest course you've played at?
Technically, I think that would be, it's tough, but I played a course out in Reno, Nevada, because I have family out there. So technically I've played some like random ass course in Reno, Nevada, but the furthest I've like traveled specifically to play disc golf would probably be Peoria, Illinois for the Am Worlds in 2023.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there a course that you want to play, like a dream course you haven't played yet that you want to?
You know, I keep seeing the ads for Eagles Crossing, which looks really fun, but there's like some sketchiness happening with that course. I also have been interested in Failure Lake out in like middle of nowhere, PA. And of course, like a lot of stuff in Europe, but it feels really tough to get out there. But other than that, I mean, everything local that I want to play, I've played. Like I've played the Vermont courses, I've played Maple Hill, Warwick, like all of the A-tier Elite Series level courses.
What's your favorite local course?
I mean,
Local could be whatever you make
softly here, Justin.
I mean, I am on 2 different team challenge teams that are hosted out of J Park. So I feel like I might have to say J Park, but it was does Wilcox count as local?
Uh-huh. You were throwing there today.
That's true.
Well, I mean, I understand it's for a tournament, but the fact is you were able to go there on a Monday and practice, so it's got to be pretty local for you.
Yeah. I was coming back from a wedding, actually, so it was like kind of on the way back. But no, I would have gone, planning probably go on Thursday too to practice. I mean, today's Thursday, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I was there today, exactly. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go with J Park. I mean, it just has everything. It has the holes you love. It has the holes that don't love. It has open bomber shots. It has gettable eagles. It has DX eagle shots. I mean, it's got it.
What's your favorite hole there?
Ooh, this is difficult. I'm gonna go with. I mean, Sycamore Boom is pretty nice. I think Lighthouse is also a good one.
What a flex.
Bird Nest. I've aced Bird Nest twice. So that one's the easiest hole at J Park, I have to say.
Must be hole 30.
Yeah, but why would you ever use hole 30 when you could know the hole name? Cove Creek is pretty nice. I don't know. There's so many good ones there. It's hard to pick one. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Sycamore Boom, just because I love my play on that hole, and I like that I've eagled it a bunch.
For the listeners, what number is that?
I know what hole that is. Could you tell us what hole that is, Corey?
Hole 8?
Yeah.
Old hole 4?
Current hole 8.
Oh, yeah. Current hole. It's actually J West hole 4. J East hole 1, if you want to be specific. But you play from the parking lot out into the field, and then it bends left, and the basket's up on a big rock. Yeah.
What's the name of hole 25?
Hole 25.
That's too easy.
You could say whatever you want. He doesn't know.
No, I don't know, but...
That's way too easy, Evan.
Mount Misery.
Sponsored
right.
by?
That's obvious.
Sponsored by? Oh, I haven't done those yet. I know some of them.
The Savages.
Oh, is it this? Oh, okay.
It goes well with Mount Misery.
I know that 24 is Dick and Shirley.
Dick and Shirley's Tree Love.
Yeah.
And
The tree
hole
died.
18 is Kenji in the sweater vest.
Yep, sweater vest Kenji.
When you talk about gettable eagles, I think of 25. I don't know if you recall, for New York Team Challenge, we were on a trips card and you solo eagled it. We had a tap in birdie and felt so proud, and then you threw that in and we were just like, okay, all right.
I do remember that. I also remember that match being like really stressful for Brian and I.
We took you guys kind of farther than I expected, but that shot on 25, Brian yelled out, boom, as soon as it left your hand. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, that is one of the more eagleable holes there, but I've found that you can get others. I would say almost all the par fours have some sort of way that you can eagle them.
Have you gotten 36 yet?
Hell no.
Home run or no? That's
nightmare.
Yes, it is home run.
huh?
No,
What
Nightmare's
number did you say?
27.
Did you say 29?
No, you said 36.
36, right?
Oh, my bad. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
all over the place.
The new one. Oh, I'm pretty happy with myself, only because it's like the last one and one of the newer ones, right?
Right. That one, you have to get a throw it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think most of the other ones can be eagled without a throw it. 25, you can get 8, 34. If you're Simon Lazat, maybe you can get 13, Cove Creek. There's maybe some others that have yet to be two'd, but we'll get there eventually.
Randy, you've come close to 13, haven't you?
Yeah, I've hit metal on 13, but never got it in.
One last course question for you. How many unique courses have you played?
Okay, this I will need to look up.
That's what UDisc is for.
Yeah.
Or disc golf scene if you're Greg.
It's not a crazy number. It is 88.
All right.
Actually, as of yesterday, it is 88 because yesterday I played Muddy Run.
I think Corey has a question for you.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting so much talk about it before getting to this segment, but we do a little spin on the 3-disc question. I'm going to pick 3 holes, actually. At J Park, if you had to spend, say, all day, you start up a YouTube channel, you're going to try to make some content, like, all right, today's challenge is, I'm going to pick 3 holes at J Park that I have the best chance of eagling. What 3 holes at J Park, and what discs are you throwing on them, and how are you throwing them to get an eagle?
To get an eagle
On each hole.
and this is
aces
for
don't count.
content. Oh, what?
Yeah, so
I thought I was doing this for content.
yeah, no one wants to see aces. There's already enough ace channels out there. We want to see more eagles from the boy. Justin's name is literally the boy who cried eagle. Anytime an eagle happens literally anywhere within a 150-mile radius, there's some message in a group chat that's saying, eagle alert, Justin, look out, whether it's Justin or not Justin. So yeah, what 3 holes at J Park are you going to choose to get eagles on? And what discs are you throwing? And how are you throwing them?
Okay, so since I'm doing this for content, I have to get some sort of throw in. And it has to like look cool when I do it. So I think I'm going to start with Sycamore Boom, hole 8, and I would throw it's actually a new roller disc that I have in the bag, the Strive. It's pretty flippy, but essentially the idea is that I throw it basically flat to a little bit of ante, hits the ground, and cut rolls left. Normally backhand rollers will like flip up and go to the right, but if you hit the angle just right, they'll cut and go left intentionally and then have it land up by the rock, make a big putt. The next one would probably be hole 34, which is the tennis court hole. And that one's cool because I get to throw my nuke over the tennis courts, big flex line, big distance line. And with the newer pin position that's there, you have to make a big putt. So you have to make some sort of 40, 50 foot to get it. Unless you're Tucker, then you can just throw it in the fairway, whatever. And the last one, I'd maybe have to mess around with the order, but I think the one I would want to go for would actually be Hannah Croy Maze, hole 26, back in the woods. Because if anyone's played with me in like a not so serious round,
No, dude.
they know that there's a line
No
that
way.
goes straight from the tee pad all the way to the basket.
There's no line.
I've never hit the line. It's like about
But it's
2
definitely
feet long,
there.
and it's right there.
I've seen Justin try this line, and we walked basically to the green because he thought he didn't hear it hit anything. Walked pretty much probably maybe 80 feet shy of the green, and we couldn't find his disc. We walked back. It was like 45 feet off the tee.
I think I was trying the huge Annie line. And
Yeah,
we just
you were.
didn't see it land.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. We didn't hear anything. We didn't see it. He's like, it's down there. It's really down there. And we walked all the way down. Everyone else threw their shots. He's still looking for it. And we're like, all right, let's look backwards. And it was still like on the rock wall.
I swear, guys. I swear. It will only take me like a couple weeks of trying.
I figured you would say 8 and 34 exactly the way you said it, but I'm kind of surprised you wouldn't just say hole 25.
No, that's too easy.
Oh, yeah, right, for the content.
If I'm going for the content, I have to get the like 2 foot wide impossible gap.
I was thinking 13 for the content so you could throw out of bounds from the
can't throw that
tee like
far.
15 times.
My guess was 17.
17, I've been so close on. I've heard
yeah.
Ethan's got it. I know there's some other people who have gotten it too. I mean, if I were to get aces, there's a couple holes at J Park that I'd love to get an ace on. Like hole 1.
Hole 10, hole 12, hole 18. You're just going to pick all the hard holes?
No, I was going to say I haven't gotten an ace on hole 11, one run, and that's the one that everyone gets. So, and the basket's like perfectly framed up. There's like a hill before it and like branches and trees above it. It's like perfectly framed up for an ace.
I think Harry's going to put his kids through college with the amount of aces he's had on that hole.
That and breaking Jason's car a lot.
I think I probably paid out a year of community college tuition off of aces on that hole.
Jaimen, you got a question?
Yeah. So 200-foot wide open shot, perfectly flat, no wind, no obstacles, nothing in your way. What are you throwing? How are you throwing it? What disc?
Okay, I actually have to ask a clarifying question. Is this a PDGA rated round, or is it like a round that I care about where I'm trying to get up and down?
Yes, you're golfing.
Okay, because I was going to say something dumb.
I want to hear that after, but what's the smart thing, then what's the dumb thing?
Well, the smart thing for me right now is probably to throw like a forehand zone, which is hilarious because I used to be like a backhand only player. And now my forehand is a little bit more consistent than my back. The spite play is to throw basically a backhand envy or proxy just straight at it, which is what I should be doing because I need to get better at that type of shot. Yeah, so I think right now it's like forehand zone on hyzer that swings in, but soon I would like it to be backhand standstill and straight at, maybe a touch.
I think you might have just got promoted to Jaimen, disc captain, doubles partner.
Why, we need two of us?
Other than the fact you called it the dumb shot to begin with.
Oh, that was the dumb shot?
No, that wasn't the dumb shot. No. The dumb shot is any shot that involves the DX eagle. But it would be funny.
Yeah, Jaimen, what temperature is it for this throw?
It's 45 degrees.
Perfect. Just warm enough.
Do you remember your first tournament?
Yes, I do. I actually remember I signed up for it the day before. I was at Bufhamville Dam, which is this course in Massachusetts, really sick course. And I got a text from my friends, RPI friends, saying that we were going to sign up for the Maple Hill Invitational. And to sign up, they were like, okay, what's your name and what's your PDGA number? And I had been like, it's weird to say, but I had been like anti-tournament. Like I never wanted to play tournaments all throughout 2020 and 2021. And so I'm at Bufhamville Dam and I get this text from my friends and you know what? I'm like, screw it. I'm getting a PDGA account right now. And so I got a PDGA account just so that they could put it on the sign up for Maple Hill, which was a little bit ridiculous. And then about 20 minutes later, I registered for the Blues at Burbine. Or no, sorry, it wasn't the Blues at Burbine. It was one of Jeremy's tournaments.
Stockyard Open.
Stockyard, thank you.
Good homework.
And so I got a PDGA number, immediately registered for the Stockyard Open. I actually called Jeremy. I didn't know him at the time, but I was like, hey, is there a spot open? I see the wait list is empty. And he was like, yeah, I closed registration, but if someone drops, I'll let you know. And he called me back like 20 minutes later and was like, oh yeah, someone dropped. Do you want in? And I was like, sure.
What a rug pull talking about Bufhamville that entire time and then not playing your first tournament at Bufhamville.
I know.
After Paul Cranz was on the Disc Golf Network talking about that's his favorite course, or was it Casey?
Two Buff.
Yeah.
They're both from the Bufhamville Team Challenge teams.
Yeah, there was like a moment during MVP this week where like the top 4 guys were all on like Bufhamville teams or like New York Challenge or New England Team Challenge.
The Stockyard Open, it says Sprackers, New York. Where's that?
Burbine.
Oh, okay.
Montgomery County, is it, I think?
Yeah.
So that was the actual first tournament you played, right?
Right.
Do you remember much about it?
I do. It's the only tournament where I got penalty strokes for incorrect scoring. I put in the wrong score on my last hole and submitted it. And I didn't realize it was wrong at the time. And so we went to the TD and I was like, hey, I made a mistake. I put in the wrong score and we submitted it. I think I gave myself like a par when I actually got a bogey. And so I could have just taken it and moved on with my day, but I was like, no, I have to do this. So I go to the TD and I'm like, hey, I screwed this up. It's like, yeah, so your par is now a bogey and you get the 2-stroke penalty because that's what happens. So he 2-stroked someone who has never played a tournament before, which was it was a tough way to learn.
Have you done it again?
No, I haven't.
At least you got out of the way in your first tournament, and not like
exactly
when it matters.
That round was rated, maybe Pat can correct me, but I think it was like 860.
862 and 946.
Yeah, so the first round was the 862, and the bounce back was the 946.
From what Corey says, that's pretty par for the course, though, with you, right?
Yeah, low ceiling, high floor.
That's what many might think.
That was in MA1. Do you remember who won that division?
Was that... I can picture him in my mind.
I just heard him speak a minute ago.
Oh, shit.
No, it wasn't Corey, was it?
Even par. Yeah, beat Justin LaMarche by a stroke.
Ooh, 2 Justins down in one day.
And beat Little AB by 3 and Justin Park. They both shot +3.
Damn, good memories. I should have stayed in MA1.
Well, that was my question. What made you your first tournament to play MA1? What was the thought process there?
So I didn't play tournaments for a while because I knew I wasn't like good enough to play MPO, and I didn't really want to play MA3 or MA2 because I had been looking at the payout structure, and it seems like the MA1 players got a lot more money for winning than the MA2 and MA3 people. And so it was kind of like a cost benefit thing where I was like, I don't really want to play MA2 if I'm just gonna, get $30 of funny money in a disc. That's all I was caring about at that moment. I wasn't valuing the camaraderie and, the sport of competition at that point. I was, a dumb college student. So I didn't play MA2 or MA3. And also all of my friends were in MA1. If you notice, I think Jake Vandelin and Aiden Glennon, and you already said Justin Park, were all in MA1 at that event. So, and I knew I was like kind of as good as them. So I just said, why not MA1?
Yeah. This one doesn't look like it had an MA2 or MA3, but every other tournament that year, except for Maple Hill, you did play MA1. So that's why I
That's
asked.
right. It was the pro MA1 day. That's right. So I had no choice. I had to be in MA1.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you kept it up after that. So
I think I was thinking of the MPO winner, not Corey. But yeah, Corey did.
Zachary
Baudet?
Or
Bidet.
Baudet. Keeps the light on.
Randy Beam is tied for second. Shot -1.
I crushed Corey that day by 1 stroke.
Jason +8. Caitlin Clay won FPO.
I was going to mention how much it rained, but that was the day before.
Right. I think it was just cold that day. But yeah, that was the first tournament. And then I must have played Maple Hill Invitation pretty shortly after that, which was like such a cool event.
Yeah, I think a month later. Yeah, that was in May.
Yeah, that was a special event because it was basically just a bunch of local colleges all playing Maple Hill. It was a really weird format, but it was super, super fun. Especially fun to play with like people my age.
We were literally talking about this last week with the rules. You got results for singles, doubles, and team. So you're actually probably the only one here who's ever played team disc golf.
Yeah, it wasn't the like collegiate disc golf format, which was weird. But yeah, I have played with a team. Yeah, I think the last year that they did Maple Hill Invitational, it was like 4v4, and it was 1 seed plays 1 seed, 2 seed plays 2 seed, and then 3 and 4 seed played doubles. And then like each match gets you a point, and whoever gets the most points win.
Is that 8 people on a card, like at a tee?
No, they split it. So they had all the singles play and then had the doubles play on their own. But that was the year that I did score a win against the one and only Harry Chase. I beat him in match play at Maple Hill 5-3. I crushed him. And I think at like literally every single other tournament we've played, he's absolutely destroyed.
I think that's what fueled him. Like he's like, I lost to this freaking idiot at Maple Hill, and then now he's just been like a Rocky afterwards, just climbing stairs and making putts and
for real. Like he almost made the tour championship. I say almost because he lost in the playoff.
Yeah, it was tough for him.
He played for Drexel.
Nice. Yeah, it was Drexel. It was basically him and like I don't want to be mean, but the rest of the people on his team were kind of jabronis. They were not the best players. So we had said my match was kind of a foregone conclusion, and the doubles we were probably going to win. So whoever won their single.
To back you up here, these are the ratings I believe at the time. So your team was 914, 917, 918, 905. Their team was 996, 917, 854, 852. So
yeah, they were like way all over the place, and we were just like even. We had like 4 solid players. That whole event was super awesome, and it's kind of sad that it's not happening anymore. But our PI doesn't really have a great team now. A lot of our good players left, but we have some killers. Don't sleep on our PI. We have some absolutely amazing players. I think right now, if you had to pick like the best 4 players, and I don't want to badmouth any of the players on our PI, but I think it would be me, Justin Park, Eric Bossenbrook, and I'm gonna go with, I think, Leighton.
Brinster?
Other Leighton.
Oh, okay, because that's the only Leighton I know.
Different Leighton.
Like, he's kind of young to be college,
No,
A prodigy.
No, but yeah, I think 3 out of the 4 of us are on the wrenches this year, so we have we have some good people.
From what I understand, though, it's going to be a tough time getting through them goats, but we'll worry about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Moving away from disc golf for just a moment. Well, quasi moving away from disc golf. Evan, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I know of you being someone who enjoys music during a round, even like a casual or a practice round. Is that something you're into?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Are you more headphones or are you Bluetooth speaker?
If I'm listening to music, it's going to be a speaker, but I usually only listen to music when I'm like alone.
So if you're, say, playing your 7th practice round of the day before a tournament.
So it's 8 a.m.
Right.
Exactly. So you're pretty deep into the playlist at this point. What are maybe 3 artists that people might not be super familiar with that you would recommend they check out for their own practice rounds?
Okay. Well, today I was at Wilcox and I was listening to Jaco Pastorius.
Well, you got me there. I'm a bass player, and that's, if any bass players out there know about Jaco, obviously, that's a great answer.
I was listening to a Word of Mouth visit. That album is super awesome. I have also really been into Lewis Cole lately. He's this drummer, keyboardist, like overall amazing instrumentalist. He has a bunch of projects, but did some stuff with the Metropole Orchestra. He's got a band called Knower that's really awesome. And he's also part of Clown Core. I don't know, a third?
Or a guilty pleasure, maybe. Something we would be surprised to find out on your playlist.
Surprised to find out. Okay, I'm going to go with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Classic.
Absolutely love Earth and Fire.
Bangers all the way through.
All the way through. Like In the Stone. I'm trying to not list like the really big ones. And I'm also horrible with song names, so I can't list any.
Do you remember the 21st of September?
Yeah, it was like a week ago or something. I actually saw Earth, Wind, and Fire live a couple years ago. They opened up for Santana.
Oh, wow.
When I first saw that, I was like, there's no way that Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to open up for Santana. Who is this Santana guy? And he was freaking amazing. He was so, yeah. I think something I'm not super vocal about in disc golf. In high school, I went to a lot of shows, like a lot of concerts. I probably hit like the 100 mark at some point.
So more concerts than disc golf courses?
Probably, actually, yeah. Or at least it's comparable at this point. But I listened to a lot of different, gotten in the mosh pits, crowd surfing, etc. Super fun stuff.
Yeah, those are all great answers. So I love it.
Yeah, of course.
Randy's got a question for you, but I have one before because I don't know if it might inform his question. You started playing in 2020, right? Give or take.
Yeah, that's when I started like really playing like pretty much every.
Who was your first favorite pro disc golfer, and who is your current favorite pro disc golfer? Has it changed?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, for the longest time, I didn't really know many pro disc golfers. Like, I honestly didn't care. I think the first like big name that I heard and was like, oh, this is it's really good. Oh my God, 1,000 rated or something like that was Bobby Copper.
Connecticut guy, right?
Yeah, Connecticut guy. And actually, along with him was like Chris Schofield, like the local Connecticut pros that were like really, but they weren't exactly my favorite. Honestly, I don't know what my favorite was back then, but I think my favorite now, one of my favorite players to watch is Matty O for the longest time, just because he's like so animated and has kind of a goofy form, kind of like in the same way that I kind of have a goofy form.
And you're a huge college football fan?
No, not at all.
That's actually a pretty good question. Are there any other sports that you follow other than disc golf?
No, not really. I do get like the secondhand following from my family because they're all huge baseball fans. So
what team?
I'll like passively follow baseball. They are all Mets fans.
Oh,
so.
My condolences.
I know.
I too am a Met fan, so
yeah.
I'm actually wearing black right now. I don't know if anybody can see, but
But what is your favorite hobby outside of disc golf, if it's not sports?
I'm so glad you asked, Corey, because I've always wanted to talk about my bridge obsession on the Hudson Valley Disc Golf podcast.
Like civil engineering, like the
like
the Van
Jason?
Well, not that type of bridge. I play the card game bridge with a bunch of
old people.
Older.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Justin was kind of like a DEI hire into the club. Like, ooh, our average age is getting a little up there. We need to get some fresh blood into the game.
You know what's really funny? Bridge classifies juniors as 25 and below. So to this day, I am still a junior bridge player, and I get like discounts for games and stuff.
How much longer are you going to be a junior?
How many days are there in September? 31. So 30 days. Oh, I'm dumb.
30 days has September, April, June, and November.
Right.
All the rest have 31 except for that bastard February.
So I guess 29, October
Okay.
28th, my birthday. Getting close. Turning 25.
Awesome. So Randy, with all that information that you've gathered, or maybe you had one set up, you got a question?
I had one worked out in the past, half hour. And this answer can have nothing to do with disc golf. It can be whatever you want, but I'll do start, bench, and cut. And we'll do Jake Vandelin, Aiden Glennon, and Justin Park.
Good question.
Tell us why.
Oh, no. You don't want to do the other version of this question, do you?
No, you can answer it that way too.
Way too honestly, I think.
We relate it in our head to the FMK answers. So
Wait, my options are cut, bench, and what?
So start, bench, and cut.
Start, bench, and cut. And bench is like they're gonna play, but
No, you could equate it to kill if you wanted.
Bench would be marry, wouldn't it? Cut would be kill.
Wait. Yeah.
cut
Sorry.
is like you're off the team. Bench is like you might play later.
Yeah, like you're there all the time.
Bench is like, I like you, but you're not going to play.
You're not starting. We might swap you in.
I don't trust you.
Is that what marriage is like?
Bench feels worse than cut. Man. Okay, I'm cutting Jake. And the only reason I'm saying that is because he recently got age. So he's not going to be able to make it to all them team challenge, you know?
That's a jealous boyfriend right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good scouting. He's on Borderland.
Yeah, I'm now aware of that.
I'm going to bench Aiden, and it's only because I have to start Justin Park. I have to. He's so good. He is like the next big sensation in disc golf. Just you. He has, I think, in his prime distance throwing capabilities, he probably had over 1,000 feet forehand plus backhand. He has at least probably a 500-foot forehand shot and a 500-foot back shot. So I'm starting Justin. I have to. He also came to all of my pro leagues. So
Definitely, yeah.
I hope they all listen.
I think it's only because you picked him up every time.
Right. He lives like a par 4 away from me if you're going down the hill, or a par 6 away from me if you're going up the hill.
So is that a par 3 for Justin Park?
Yes, it's a par 3 for him.
You mentioned Pro League. You took over running the Paint Bureau Pro League from Josh Wynn. What made you decide to do it?
So I really like Paint Bureau. I didn't go for the first couple years because I was like, I'm going to ruin my rating if I play, rating. And then last year I was like, you know what? I'm just going to commit to it. I don't care if it ruins my rating. I'm just going to go play. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole thing. I also had my highest rated round at Paint Bureau Pro ever, which was cool.
What was that and where?
It was at J Park. At the time, rated 1071. 1, but after the official ratings, it got averaged with, I think we played it we also played J South like 4 weeks earlier, so they got averaged in and dropped it down to a 1069. Nice. So I really enjoyed Pro League, and when I heard it wasn't going to be run again, I had already wanted to like do something disc golf related for the community, either like a lot of work, or run a league, or run a tournament. And so it seemed like a really easy in to do something. And it's also something that I wanted. Like I wanted to have a rated round somewhere every Wednesday. So I just decided to run it. And I thought it was really, really fun. It was really fun to run. And it was also fun to just see everyone out there at all the different courses that I made everyone play.
Except for Corey at CPS.
That was one of them, yes, definitely.
How long did Josh run the Pro League? Was that like 3 years?
I think it was 3 years.
Okay.
Maybe someone can...
Were there any changes that you made going into it?
Yeah, I changed the point, like the overall end of season point structure. So in the past, Josh had it as you got 10 flat out, and then for every person you beat, you get a point, and for every person who beats you, you lose a point, but you can't ever go below 10. And it basically meant that if you came in half or like anywhere below half, you got 10 points just for showing up. And so there was no chance to get like bonus points. And so I wanted to keep that same idea where everyone gets at least 10 points if they show up, to, reward the people that keep coming week after week, but also to balance some stuff out. Because if there's like 20 people and you come in first, you get like a bajillion points. You get way too many points. Conversely, if there's only 5 people, but you play like a really stellar round, you only get the points for the 4 people they beat. And so I had the point system combine how well you played. So like it would factor in your rating, like the round rating that you shot, and also how many people. So it ended up being like I have a formula on a sheet somewhere, but it basically like for every 10 points above 900, you'd get a half point, and for every person you beat, you get a half point. So it was basically half and half, and I thought it worked well.
And you changed the like nightly payout structure too.
Oh yeah, that was another big one. I wanted to make it so that if you cashed, so like if you were in the top 40%, you would get at least your money back, similar to like a PDGA tournament or a month, basically to encourage people who come and cash to come back week after,
Josh's was really top heavy. So like if you won, even if there was only like 8 people, you were probably getting $100 on your $20 entry. But if you came in like last cash, I think you're only getting like 5.
More like 1
or 5. Yes, I forgot what it was. Like even second to last cash might have been $10,
$2. I remember there was one week at CTK where there were 5 people for this, and first place got 75 and second place got $1. And I was like, you could have shot an 1,000 rated round and come in second place and gotten $1 for it because someone else beats you. That's kind of brutal. So
you also kept the splitting it into 2. He did 2 9 weeks, you did 2 10, right?
Right. When you're doing a PDGA league, you can have I think it's from anywhere between 6 to 10 weeks for your league. And so I was like, well, if I'm gonna do 2 sets of 9, I can pay no extra money and get the 10th. So that's 2 extra weeks of Pro League, which I thought was, I liked more rated rounds. I don't know if anyone else likes more rated rounds, but
depends on the rating.
Yeah, true.
I mean, in the most recent one, I went 3 times, it looks like. Didn't shoot terribly well, but I tied some guy named Randy Bemis for 10th place. He showed up once.
That was early in the season?
Randy was there week 3.
Damn, ruined it for him.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Oh,
Randy,
nice.
you showed up for the Porcupine Springs match.
Yes. Yep. That's the one I want to do.
Yeah, I didn't go to that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a special one because that was the first ever PDGA rated round at Porcupine Springs.
I feel special now.
Yeah, you were there for history. Now we know what the ratings look like there. And honestly, I'm not that... Even par was like 980. That was so hard. So different, but so fun.
Is this something that you're likely to do again next year, or have you even thought that far ahead?
I'd like to do it again next year. I think there's a good amount of interest for it. I think there's enough people that could, like if I get like 3 people showing up every week, that's not great. But, I think the average amount of people I had was somewhere between 8 and 10. And I feel like that's good enough.
2 cards. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There was an FPO division that I put in because I wanted to promote, women's disc golf with rated rounds, because that's just not something that exists, I don't think. And unfortunately, not that many people showed up for that. I got like Kate a couple weeks, and Megan came for a lot of them, and Jess came out for some of them. So it was good to get some competition there. Hopefully next year, people a little bit more.
Isn't there like a Tuesday league or something that they travel around to?
Yeah, they have their Tuesday. It like moves around like sometimes, or they do like a month at J Park and then a month at, I don't know where they went, but yeah, they have the women's league. The Pro League is on Wednesdays.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just played Tuesday, Randy won't let me go out 2 nights in a row kind of thing. The most important question, any thoughts to a name for the Pro League for next year?
It's so tough because it's so easy for Josh Wynn because like he owns Paint Bureau, right? Mm-hmm. So he has like a brand that he can promote. I don't have that. I would be amenable to it being absorbed into Discap, a Discap Pro League. I feel like that's the easiest answer.
Are you a Discap member?
I am a Discap member.
Okay,
I have a tag.
That's the first question.
Yes, he has a tag because he owes me a rock, paper, scissors for it.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe that'll be my 100th tag match. Rock, paper, scissors with Justin Mucelli.
Ooh.
I don't have a very good one right now.
That hasn't bothered me all year. I don't care.
I screwed up tags one week at Pro League because I was running tags for the whole year. And I basically said, okay, I'm sorry. I gave everyone the wrong tag. We're going to fix it on Disc Golf Scene. And if anyone wants, if I did bad by their tag number, I would offer RPS maybe a couple times for my tag whenever someone wants it. I forget who else is infringed upon.
I think it might have been myself and Brian Monahan. And in fairness, we both left, before other people had finished playing.
I could fix it. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's fine. I'll let that one slide.
I'll take you up on it.
All right. If I see you around, we can do that. Sure.
Best 2 out of 3.
Absolutely.
You must have had a hefty conversation with the match verifier extraordinaire. I would love to have been a fly on that wall.
Oh.
So it sounds like Pro League will definitely be something for next year.
Yeah.
Was there any thought that went into what courses, or was it just kind of,
I put a lot of thought, actually. I wanted to promote getting out to the course that you would be playing for a tournament. Like basically if you were going to have a tournament somewhere, or if there was going to be a tournament anywhere local, I wanted to go play at that course. And it was both to give people a chance to, get out and practice, but also I thought that, probably more people would show up if it was the week before a tournament, kind of like however you want to look at it, it looked beneficial. Mm-hmm. So I had, for the Mindkill tournament, I went to Mindkill. For CTK, I went to CTK. I tried to align my rounds with the Flex series. And then for the other stuff, like for the other rounds where there wasn't a tournament coming up, I wanted to get rated rounds at courses that people don't normally play rated rounds. And we're also pro level competitive courses. There's obviously one with Greg's Place. Like I really, really wanted to get around in there because I thought it was super cool. Some of the other J Park layouts, I think played a custom layout, a J Snorth layout, where it combined some unique holes of like the unique holes of South, the 3, 4, 5, 6 loop, and the unique holes on North, 15, 16, 17. That was a success. Unfortunately,
for who?
It was a success for neither of us, Corey. We lost in a playoff. We lost to some guy who took a bogey. Was that Troy Moran? He beat us. And then the other J Park layout where I had some of the safari holes mixed in. Well, we don't have to. Jason's not here, which is good. That was probably the low light here because of the unfortunate misplays. I was really kicking myself for that one. The basic situation was that we were playing like a unique safari layout and the flow of it wasn't what normally happens at J Park. We did it randomly, but the 3 people who knew the layout were on one card and the 3 people who hadn't played it were on the other card, which was an oversight. So I was kind of kicking myself for that, but it's good to know for next time.
Yeah. I also would want to interject that Jason mentioned a couple times, like, oh, we didn't bother to check the order until after a couple holes. So not entirely on you. You would think you'd have to like be vigilant in that regard.
But the problem is that one of the skips that I did, like one of the holes that I did, was after you play a hole 21, you skipped 22 and 23 and you played 24. And that skip, like you would never, ever in a million years do that at J Park. No one would ever do that. And so it's like the most unnatural thing to do. It's like something that wouldn't even be on your radar as something to skip. And the only reason I did it is because I needed an 18-hole layout, and those were too easy to cut.
Hey, at least that layout that no one has ever played before in their life has a rated round on it now.
That's true. That was good. I did get some J Park Safari holes. I also filled it in with Prospect. I feel like Prospect has a criminally low amount of rated rounds. It was good to get some out.
Speaking of course layouts, Alex, do you have a question?
Yeah. So what do you like to see in a course? What makes a course good for you? Like what sort of things do you like to see? Either course design or amenities or anything. Or the other way around, what are some things you don't like to see on a course?
So for the things I do like to see, I really like good course. And good is very subjective. But I like the holes to have a lot of intention, a variety of shots. And, you know, there can be like an overall theme to a course. Like Burbine is a wooded course through and through, and there's one open hole. And Blatnick is like an open course, and there's like a couple wooded. You can have that theme, but I think the variety, like at Blatnick, there's a bunch of different shots. And at J Park, there's a bunch of different shots. But, you know, the courses that I like have everything. The variety of shots along with like, you know, challenging holes. It used to be that the only thing I looked at was course design. Like I was a big course design person. And after playing in some pretty unfortunate conditions at Blatnick and playing quite poorly, I have started to really, really like when the tee pads are nice. Nice tee pads is super, super good.
What do you consider a nice tee pad? Like what's your preferred tee pad surface and or material?
When it's dry, gotta be pavers. Unfortunately, it's not always dry. And so pavers tend to get a little slippery. Pro tip for anyone playing at CTK in the rain. What is it? The red pavers are the ones that are slippery?
Avoid the red pavers. Yeah. They get a little slipperier than the other ones, the other color.
Yeah. I think for like most grippy, it's got to be concrete. Concrete is like the most grippy. But I think I really like turf tee pads because it feels the most like grass. And I feel like I get good traction grass.
Shout out Terry Hudson, our local turf tee pad champion.
Unfortunately, turf tee pads are, so I've heard, are not great in the Northeast.
Well, probably the hardest to maintain, right?
Yeah, and maybe the tee pad extraordinaires here can tell me, but I'm pretty sure turf tee pads get really lumpy, right?
Everything gets lumpy in the Northeast.
Jaimen, you were saying either last week or the week before that like concrete is the best for like permanence. It'll stay there for a while and won't have any problems, but pavers maybe look a little bit nicer, but you got to replace them.
Yeah, pavers are just a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Concrete levels itself. Pavers, you have to level it 40 times. And that's if you do, you know, a 4x10. So that's on the small side.
Yeah.
It's just like so much easier to do concrete.
Yeah.
But turf tee pads are actually great. My problem with, or my hesitancy, I should say, I don't have a problem with turf at all, is that turf is not one thing. Concrete is, you know, essentially one thing. If you go to Lowe's, you get concrete. If you get Home Depot, you get concrete, blah, 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 blah. Turf comes in different piles. It comes in versions that need a substrate. You know, there's all sorts of different types of turf out there, and they're all different manufacturers. And some of them are great and some of them are garbage. And the longevity of turf is kind of an unknown. But besides that, like it works really, really well on install. It's a fairly simple one to install because you're dealing with sand. So if it gets lumpy, you just level it out again.
Right.
I've shoveled off of turf tee pads before, and it's actually pretty easy because the plastic grass, I guess, keeps any of the ice from forming into too solid of a block. So as long as, you know, hasn't been there for a few months, it's going to be pretty easy to shovel off as well.
I think some of the better courses that I've been to have turf tee pads, but a lot of the ones in like Fox Run has turf tee pads. I know like Marshall has turf tee pads.
That course near Bristol in Connecticut, right?
Yep, Rockwell.
That's the name.
Fox Run, those turf tee pads have been replaced at least once since I started playing, and that course isn't as long as I've been playing. So
Right.
they've been replaced. The Lake Marshall ones are honestly criminal for how great of a course that is. Nobody's played Lake Marshall. They like dumped a pile of gravel there and then leveled it out a little bit and then put a giant piece of turf on top of it. There's no frame to it. It's not flat or anything like that.
Oh, it is just a lump.
Yeah, it's so enormous that nobody ever notices it because the part that they're standing on is flat enough. But yeah, always a head scratcher how there's just kind of an amorphous blob of a T-pad. But it doesn't affect anything at all. It's just something that I look at and go, wait, what?
Amoeba style.
Yeah.
For Mikey Botlez, Malik Neighbors, not a huge fan of turf.
Oof.
Ooh, I played against that guy this week.
The entire NFL is loving them.
Dude, I have Malik Neighbors and CD Lamb. I'm so fucking pissed.
The other thing I really like to see in a course is a bathroom, because that means that you can run a tournament there without having to rent a bathroom. So it's usually the courses that have a bathroom where you can easily run a tournament. Like J Park getting a bathroom was a pretty big...
Is that bathroom going to be open year round?
No.
Negative.
No, right.
I went recently to the town of Queeman's town clerk to reserve the pavilion for our first home match in November. And I was talking with the woman. She thinks they'll probably be closed by then. And she said maybe the highway department will have a porta potty because they realize that the park gets use year round. So stay tuned.
Tim, do you have a question? Or I don't know if I don't want to...
I actually thought of one while we were sitting here. All right. So, Justin, what is your Rushmore of card mates?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh.
So you're looking for 3 people, not 4, right? Just to clarify.
Yeah, because you're the 4th person. So, and Justin knows he's going to put himself on the Rushmore anyway. So let's go with 3.
So, and this is like a rated round?
No, this is J-Dubs on a Tuesday. You want to have a good time.
Oh, okay.
You want the best card that you know you're going to be able to throw well and have a good time.
Well, if it's at J-Dobs, it's got to be 2 A players and 2 B players.
No,
Or he's stinky.
no rules. Yeah, this
So
is
I can
last year's
demote-
rules. This is a
Okay.
free-for-all. You're going for a full 18 down, but you want the best card you can have.
Okay. I want my homeboy Duncan. Farquharson.
Farquharson.
I want him on the card. I think I'm also going to want Justin Part on the card. He's pretty goofy. And I don't know. Just because I want to hear, oh no, get shouted at some point, I think I'm going to have Corey on.
Bro, I already decided what the payouts were for J-Dubs.
I don't need to gas you up any further.
Well, he also wants to make sure he can beat somebody, right?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of beating Corey, J-Dubs Points Championship Week 28. Tim,
Oh, no.
you were there? How'd that go?
Yeah, I last week had to show up, and it went well. I got matched up with Brian Bickersmith, and he went off. So I didn't really have to do too much. I made a few putts here and there and a drive, I don't know, like every 6th hole. But Brian went off, and we shot a nice 11 down. So it was
To
a good
win,
day.
right?
Yeah, we won it. Well, there might be some controversy of how we won it. I just want to throw that out there. There was a little bit of controversy of how Brian and I ended up with the money, but we did win.
Corey, can you expound on that?
Did I not post a 28 recap?
I think I actually even read it, but I don't remember it.
I'm struggling to remember what happened.
Well, the points champion himself got matched with.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Wait. Okay,
Oh,
hang
no,
on. Start back over from the
no,
beginning
dude.
again. What was the
No,
original
dude.
statements?
Can we get the layout too if we didn't already hear that?
We played West.
Okay, yeah. So we played West again, and all season. Okay, there's been some talk in previous J-Dubs leagues that there's some manipulations of the teams. Some call it the Wachowski effect, where some teams will get spit out, and then I'm going to move these around. I'm going to be hands off. I'm being hands off. The only time I'm going to get in there and mess with anything is if a female player gets Cali and they don't want to be, or someone that's been Cali 2 or 3 times in the past 10 weeks. Do you want to play Cali again? Usually the answer is sure, fine. So on the final week, the 2 leaders in the point series got paired together. Justin and Brendan, they were 1 and 2 in the season. I think Justin was probably up by, 15 points or something like that.
11 points if you listened last week.
Exactly 11 points.
11 points. So 11 points in the final week, and I think there was like 13 people, whatever it was. So the only way really that Brendan would have any chance of actually making movement on the leaderboard is by getting an ace. However, with that being said, Brendan got Justin as a partner, which is pretty strong. He was only in second place by whatever it was, 2 points, I think, or 1 point over me. So technically for him, it kind of worked out in that with his pairings, you would expect that although he might not beat Justin, he'll solidify his second place finish. So anyways, Brendan and Justin got paired together. I looked at it and I'm like, ooh, that's interesting, as I was writing the teams down. And then as we started a round, I started spitting them off. And there was some noticeable gasps of disgust when the Brendan and Justin Mucelli pairing got announced. At this point, it was already like 5:10. Thing got dark at 6:45. I didn't want to spend any time trying to figure out, like, okay, if I pull Brendan off of Justin, then who do I stick him with, or who do I put with Justin? And like now, after thinking about it for 30 seconds, I'm like, I'm already getting my hands in the cookie jar more than I wanted to. So I said, fuck it, you guys are going out. And yeah, that was basically the controversy. And then at that point, Justin could either play defense or offense. Like I said, Brendan had to basically get an ace to make anything happen regardless.
Right. The scenario was that Brendan was dropping a round that was worth 4 points. So since he's 11 points behind, if he gets an ace worth 10 and then gets 6 points that week, which would be beating 2 other teams, then he would jump me by 1 point. And so I thought the only logical conclusion was, well, if he gets 2 points this week, then he has to get 2 aces. And that probably won't happen. So I might have ensured that Brendan only got points that week.
And so the funny thing is, after we get 2 or 3 holes in, I'm looking at the scores because we also had a 5-sum out there. So I was trying to keep an eye on like how far were they, how much time we had left. And I saw that the teams that I announced, one card, 2 of the groups, was not what I stated. You just did not show Justin playing with Brendan. It showed one of you guys playing with AT and the other person playing with somebody else. So I'm like, oh, they must have taken it upon themselves to say, fuck that, we're switching the cards up and we're going to make it interesting.
No, AT just screwed it up.
Yeah, which must be that AT just created the scorecard wrong, which, I mean, I was fine with. I'm like, sure, if that's what they wanted to do, if the 2 guys that are in top 2 wanted to take it upon themselves to lessen both their chances of hitting ace pots, hitting cash CTPs, well, CTPs not really, but birdie banks and weekly payouts just to maybe win $20 more in season payouts, then sure, whatever. But that didn't end up being the case anyways.
Did anybody else picture Justin twirling a mustache when he said that?
I am going to put the clip at some point where Corey was saying, well, if they end up on the same team, this is what's going to happen or something. But any predictions? Have you resigned that Justin's going to win?
Outside of me or Brendan getting an ace, at the very least, then I have not already ordered the new label for the trophy. I'll wait till Tuesday to do that, but I may or may not have the information already filled out.
Yeah, with that attitude, you're not going to win. You know what I mean? Like,
I tell you what, I'm going to try a lot harder than Justin will if he gets paired up with Brendan.
and if you're like me, if you try too hard, you'll do even worse.
That's true. Can we also please acknowledge the fact that Corey spoke that into existence? Manifestation is real.
Well, I don't know if I spoke it into existence as much as Justin was trying to not speak it into existence. Was trying to speak it not into existence.
I didn't want to get paired up with him. It would have been a really boring, well, and it was a pretty boring, match.
I had a great round. My card was fantastic. I mean, Adam Nelson, James Scow, what a card. It was a great night.
I do want to do this thing where I create a matrix, and I might cut out like all the people that only showed up once, but I kind of want to make a matrix of like every player and who they played against and how many times, because it's kind of tough when like this is going to happen inherently when you have we'll just say 12 people to make it even, and half of them are A players and half are B players. That means every single week you have a 13% or 18% chance, whatever the number is, of playing with the same guy again.
Be an interesting off-season project if you get board on a Saturday if it's raining or something, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I can ask AI to analyze the disc golf scene.
Oh, goodness.
I might do this at work tomorrow because the disc golf scene post or page is not blocked.
It's not that hard, Corey. There's only 28 weeks.
Yeah, but there's like 85 unique players. That's the biggest part.
Rip.
So 3-time champ, right?
Yep, I did win it last year and the year before. I have the trophy.
Did you bring the trophy to J-Dubs? How does that work? What's the process?
I forgot. I should have.
He was asked the week before to bring it.
I asked him to bring it so I could order the plaque to put on it, and he didn't bring it. And then what happened? I forgot to order the plaque until literally this morning when I got home.
I was going to ask. I noticed on your post you put the 2024 plaque on.
Because I didn't have a picture of the 2025. So, Justin, if you want to bring that tomorrow.
No, I already brought it, right?
Yeah, 2 days ago you brought it.
Yeah, if you wanted to bring that 3 days ago. And then I'll put the plaque on it, and then I'll get it back to you when
I will not forget it this time. It is in a very unforgettable spot. It's right on my bed for no particular
I'd say
reason
put it in your car
whatsoever.
before you go to bed, but you live in Troy, so it might not be safe.
Yeah, I don't want. Dude, the Ferraro Flame it's a beautiful object. I wouldn't want to put that in the hands of the Troilets.
Ooh, whoa, slow down. We prefer Troyalty.
Royalty. Whoa, that's a good one.
But yeah, lock your car and don't leave stuff in sight. That's good advice.
There wasn't much else as far as leagues because we're in that period where leagues are finishing and putting leagues haven't started up yet. Saratoga Spa Random Dubs Week 25, their final week, Mike Wynn and Matthew Cubitt shot a -14 to win. Wilcox Tuesday Dubs had a tie. Max Horowitz and John J.P. Hafner shot -14. So did Scott Mosier and Dylan Brown. Mark Stryker won the Disc Beat Club. Skylands Friday Handicap League Gloasis, Tibor and Rick P. both won. They tied. A lot of ties. SPW Dubs League, Benji Farrell and Tim Martino shot a -12. So did Joe Jaskolka and Jay Malloy. But Benji Farrell and Tim Martino aced hole 3. Cranmore Dubs League, Glow at Crandall, Giropat, K, and Mike Jackson shot a -10 to win. Wedge had a fall league week 4. They played whites. Ryan Nelson shot -11, his personal best on the whites, but he did miss 3 circle 1 putts. So,
oof.
Yeah, sucker. I mean, what are you going to do? Sorry there, Ryan. And Matt Strickrod shot a -3 for MA1. Long Island Sunday doubles, Brian Wisher and Nicholas Hell Yeah Hanley shot a -7 to win. And Port Jervis Disc Golf Fall League, Week 6. I actually was in attendance. I tied for second with Paul Horning of Notre Dame fame. Fame, maybe? No? Anybody? Paul Horning? No?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Corey. But Brian Heller, bagger Brian Heller, shot a -5 to win. And also, last Monday, I found this out after recording, and I wasn't going to do any kind of robo-editing, but Greg Hill ran the New York State Putting Championships. In the FPO division, the top 5 got paid out. Aaron From Hernandez came in 5th, Amber Stout in 4th, Rachel Radiker came in 3rd place, Kathleen Bemis in 2nd, and your winner, Caitlin Clay.
For a lot of money, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was going to ask, Kathleen Bemis got $250. She buy anything pretty, Randy?
She definitely bought dinner, I guess.
And a trip to Italy. A return trip to Italy.
She better not go to Italy again. I don't know. I think we spent that money immediately at the MVP Open this weekend. So
some extra spending money for Lake Placid, no?
Yeah.
That's true. We got to plan that. I'm looking forward to that.
Looks like 4 players tied in 5th place. Cody Canine, Dean Ronaldo, Adam Nelson, and correspondent Joe Karen. Cody Miller tied for 3rd with Kyle Moore. Stephen Bailey came in 2nd place, and your winner, Greg Barsby, $400.
New York State Disc Golf Champion, Greg Barsby.
Does anybody remember who won it last year? Was it Greg?
Yeah, I think he beat Kyle.
So 2-time?
I think Miguel was the runner-up last year.
Wait, last year?
I think Corey's talking about the tournament, and we're talking about putting league.
I was talking about the tournament too. I didn't know if they did the putting thing last year.
No, I know last year was the first year of the putting league, so I didn't know if anybody knew who the winner was. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think it was Greg also.
It was Greg Barsby, but I think Miguel was the runner-up, yeah.
Okay, that's a cool thing. New York State Putting Championship. Justin, what's your go-to course beverage?
Probably kombucha.
No.
The kombucha mushroom people.
I don't drink alcohol, actually. So
Don't need to. Ryan started this as an alcohol-based question, but I swear in the last 2 years, I don't know if anybody's answered alcohol.
We haven't got a
so
single
it's
one.
usually water or something.
Seltzer.
I definitely have to have water. I get headaches really easily, so I have to have a lot of water. And recently, I've been buying Gatorade Zeros. So no sugar Gatorades, lots of electrolytes from Jay's. Having those on the course to get electrolyte boosts.
What's your favorite flavor?
Oh God, colors.
Light blue.
I don't know if light blue is a flavor, Corey.
It is if you're a Gatorade.
For Gatorade, it is.
So is dark blue.
I like purple. Purple's good.
Purple is more of a dessert, a 0-calorie Gatorade.
Yeah.
I like the classic highlighter yellow.
I can't do yellow. I just don't like the lemon lime but yeah, blue or purple. Those I don't
All right.
get crazy with drinks.
Does anybody else have a question for Justin?
No, actually, there's even some lore that I didn't even know. So I learned something on this episode.
What do you bring for Team Challenge spread?
Good question.
In the past, it's been chocolate chip cookies, and for a couple select special team challenge matches, I will bring gingerbread. I have a family tradition that started with my mom like over a decade ago, where we make gingerbread cookies in the shape of people and ice their names on it and decorate them and then give them out to all of the people that we're thankful for. It's supposed to be, like for Thanksgiving. We've been doing that for years now. And it's gotten to the point where it's like the whole big operation. And I think that there must have been some record number, but I think I made like maybe 250 personalized cookies one year.
Wow.
And each year it's a monumental task.
That's awesome. Good answer.
I'm curious. How much does it cost to make this many gingerbread men?
It's actually not as expensive as you would think.
But like more than $50, right? Probably.
Yeah, more than 50.
More than $100?
Like less than $1 a cookie.
Yeah,
I would say.
I've never made more than like 6 at a time. And even then, you got to buy the kit, and it's $14.99 because of inflation. And you're buying it at Walmart the day before.
Yeah, it's the most expensive part is probably the spices. There's a lot of spices in bread, but it's how you get a really, really good flavor. But yeah, it usually takes the better part of 4 or 5 to do the whole thing. But yeah, there will be some disc golfers receiving cookies this year.
Do you play the goats at home, or where do you play the goats this year?
They're in
they're at CTK?
Okay. And also it's in like February.
I was trying to guess what team you were going to make it for this year, since last year you bit off the head of one of them.
Well,
oh yeah, that was amazing.
From episode 251, November 29th, 2024.
I want to say that, because everyone bringing their stuff and setting it up. I don't know that I've seen a J Park spread that looked as good as the one that we had last week in all of the years of Team Challenge. One of my favorites was, I think maybe Alex Helnick brought it. He brought a bottle of like Evan Williams eggnog. And there's 2 things that I like that a lot of people don't, is eggnog and candy corn. The less
Right there with you, man.
the more it's for me. Oh, and also Justin Mucelli made like 50 gingerbread men for both teams, plus extras.
Wait, this Justin Mucelli?
This is a formal message to all Saratoga disc golfers attending the J Park match tomorrow. This is you, and this is what's going to happen to you.
What's he doing there?
He's biting the large head off of a gingerbread in one bite, like a whole mouth wide, and there's crumbs stuck to his lips.
Right.
All right. That's what he ended up bringing for the spread, was the gingerbread.
Yeah.
That was a pretty big head that he bit off of. So.
They were big gingerbread men. That was actually the first thing. I wasn't up late enough to see that get posted that night, but it was literally the first thing when I woke up. I, looked at my phone, opened up Facebook. That was the first thing, was Justin's video on the New York Team Challenge page. So was kind of hoping that wasn't going to backfire on us. Final score of 24.5 for J Park versus 11.5 for Saratoga.
Oh, I forgot about that. Good call.
Oh, that was such a fun video.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, what did I do? I bit off the head of Saratoga's cookie.
Yeah.
Yep.
In like intimidation.
It was like a 2:00 in the morning video. I feel like I woke up the night of the morning of the match, like 6:30, and that was the first thing that came on my Facebook, was Justin almost live feeding him destroying a gingerbread man with like Tucker's name on it or something.
Tim, what episode was that talked about?
I don't remember. I just remember the same exact thing as what Corey said. I woke up, I think we were going to Burbine, and I was getting ready to go to Burbine, and that popped up as the video, and I was like, oh, this is pretty sick. Justin, I thought you were going to say your hidden hobby was baking over bridge.
No. I do that once. That's a once a year thing. Is the gingerbread cookies.
Oh, no, I was just thinking baking in general, because I know you've brought some stuff before to like J-Dubs and stuff like that.
I really like to cook, just in general. Cooking, baking. I like being in the kitchen.
It was November 22nd last year against Saratoga, and it just said the gingerbread man said "spack" on it, and you put the entire head in your mouth and almost choked on it.
Speaking of New York Team Challenge, there was a match. I think we're going to push that till next week. Eric's not here, and he might have had the most interesting aspect from the other team side. I think next week's going to be a preview anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if not another disc golf podcast scoops us on this, I don't mind so much. I did want to talk about the Warwick Amateur Disc Golf Championship.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I need to. I need to.
I don't know anything about this. I want to hear.
Yeah, the Warwick Amateur Disc Golf Championship, tournament director Joey Apples, assistant tournament director Ryan Kenny had 53 players. I'll give the winners, and then if anybody here played, we'll hear from them. MA3, Mixed Amateur 3, Mark Affeck shot a +3 to win. Joe Balistreri and George Henry told his captain, tied for second. Peter Newland won the MA2 division by 2 strokes over Mahmoud Al-Sindawi. MA60, Mixed Amateur 60, Billy Hove shot a +3, beat Steve Beckham by 5 strokes. Phil Fregali won the MA55 division by 5 strokes over John McDuff. Tom Brose shot a +7 in MA40, beat Steve Singley by 2 strokes. MA1, Alex. Now, let me give you guys a little backstory real quick. I lost a disc at Stony Kill like a month ago, and Alex was going to bring it to Warwick, and I was going to pick it up. So I drove out to Warwick, and I met Alex on hole 9. I watched Alex play hole 9 and hole 10 at Warwick, silver to blue, if I remember correctly. And
Yes.
he shot -1 while I was there. How did the rest of your day go?
You witnessed my only birdie of the day, which is not where you want to be.
I was exactly where I wanted to be. I saw the birdie.
Yeah, no, I needed you to be sticking around for longer.
Hole 10, didn't we talk about last week, Alex,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the 2-meter rule, wasn't it?
Yep. Luckily, I did not get 2 metered. I actually parked that hole.
You went the forehand route on the left side?
No, I went backhand.
No, he went wide around and just plopped it right there.
Yeah. Spike Heiser with a hex. Can't beat it. But yeah, I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to the one-day tournaments and driving the same day or what exactly was happening. But by the end of round 1, I was just absolutely exhausted. Warwick's a long course, but it's not that long. You know, I also did some extra walking for work on Friday, and, you know, it's a lot of excuses. But in the end, I just played very, very poorly. +10 in round 1, +18 in round 2, which was blue to blue. And yeah, I really got nothing. I played way under where I'd like to be playing. Still managed to scrape together 20 points. So I still technically have not qualified for Worlds, but I'm almost as close as you can be. I think I'm 1997.5, and I need 2,000.
Oh.
So I think I'm 2.5 points short at the moment.
So basically, the next time you play an event, just for tying yourself, you'll get points, right?
Yep. So even if I were to play a league, I'm pretty confident I would get enough to get that.
I thought you were going to say tying your shoes. Sorry.
If I had tried to tie my shoes that day, I might have struggled.
I'm about a half an hour from Warwick, and I left my house. I had the live scoring up, and I saw they had 6 holes. And I noticed as I was driving that it would update. I don't even have to refresh the page. It would update, and boom, it's down to 5 hole. And then boom, it's down to 4 hole. It stayed on 3 holes for an awful long time. I mean, to the point where I was pulling into Warwick, it was still showing 3 holes. Did something happen on hole 8?
Yes. My tee shot kicked a tree and went right. I went for the forehand route. I was just trying to get out into the gap, fluffed it, hit a tree, kicked right. So I'm OB to start. And I get up to my lie and I'm looking at it and I'm like, there is a gap if I want to go aggressive.
No.
Uh-oh.
Baited.
You know that gap. Know that gap.
It does work 33% of the time, though, so I have seen it work.
Well, here's the thing. I look to my left and I'm like, this is stupid. There's no way this will work. And I've got nothing to my left. Absolutely nothing. If I'm trying to play down the main fairway from where I went out of bounds, I had no line. I was much more likely to hit a tree and kick right, which at least that would have let me advance a little bit. So in hindsight, probably should have done that. But yeah, so I went for it, didn't get there. Went for it again, didn't get there. And at that point, I'm like, I'm OB. We were just talking about this. I can back up. I can back up 20 feet, give myself an actual shot down the fairway, and just pitch out there. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up taking a 10 on the hole.
Wait, did you back up according to the basket or the Mando?
We do not have a Mando on Silver to Blue. So I backed up according to the basket.
That was the one, Jaimen, that was down, at least for blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if it comes into play for silver, right?
They did put it back up, but I wonder, like, that Mando's on that hole.
In the course notes on the thing, it said Mando from Blue Tee on this thing. So we played it as if there was no Mando.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost certain that Mandos do not affect the way you, quote unquote, back up from a disc.
They 100% do.
Oh,
Yeah, they definitely do.
Because it's the same thing too when people like line their foot up behind like what their lie is, like their piece of paper. Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to point it towards the Mando, and then I said it before, and I still see people do it all the time. Like if you're on say hole 5 at Heiser, where it's basically a 90-degree corner, people like still put their foot as if they're going straight down the fairway before they've actually made a corner. It's like, bro, your foot faulting right now. Why? And you're disadvantaging yourself. You get a better angle if you step 90 degrees to the left.
I'd like to get a rules check on that one. I'm not quite sure, but I'm almost certain there's no rule
Check 'em.
that states you have to go towards the Mando. Because then which direction would it be?
The line of play when there's a Mando is towards the Mando,
Really?
not towards the basket.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like the line of play verbiage is what brings the Mando into the conversation.
So it goes straight towards the Mando tree?
Correct.
Or like wherever the Mando is originating? If we didn't already have a rules question.
Right. That's the part that I'm not 100% sure about. What I assume it would mean is the line of play would be through the opposite of the perpendicular of the Mando.
I just want to point out that if you open your PDGA app, you can search the rules section. That's a helpful tip for everybody at home.
As we speak.
And it's probably
Yep,
easier
I'm
to
working
do
on
the
it.
website, to be honest.
It is. I thought that same thing. I was about to click on the website and I went, you know what? The app, you can actually just search and it literally shows you all the relevant sections.
It's in UDisc too, and it's annoying as shit to find.
But yeah, if in hindsight, I should have just done that from the very beginning. You know, it was OB from the start. I could have backed up, given myself a reasonable pitch out, and would have been fine. It wasn't a good play. Ended up losing myself like 5 strokes, so it happens. Then round 2, I'm already exhausted. I eat an unwise amount of food at Edenville, which was
was that a lot or a little?
it was good food, and it was much too much food. I had ice cream and a Philly cheesesteak and fries, and it was too much food.
It's comfort food, though.
Exactly.
That's what he wanted.
I needed it to not be wallowing for the entire lunch break.
Hell yeah.
Then came back, had a pretty solid card. I played with, Zach McDonald, Sam Doyle, and I'm blanking on the last guy's name. It wasn't Taylor DeRuvo. Taylor DeRuvo, I believe, was like 4 down out of round 1 and then had to leave because he had to work. So that was rough for him.
I heard that on Sunday at Port Jervis, and I'm like, hey, that's why you play an Andy Romansky tournament where they have a
Exactly.
one-rounder,
Yeah.
I didn't know about the rules thing that it ended up being, which is always a bonus, but I also wanted to point out that one hole can really you were doing pretty decent up until that, and from what I saw, you did pretty decent. So it just kind of shows how one hole can kind of derail you in a way.
Yeah.
You might not have finished the Philly cheesesteak if you are in hole 8.
Yeah. Warwick's a cool course. Tournament ran super smooth. They double booked the pavilion and had to shift Tournament Central over to Oasis, which was kind of crazy. But I got to see Oasis and the brewery and the pro shop for the first time, and that was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
But overall, sometimes you have bad days. Like, when you're shooting 850, sometimes you just shoot 850 all day. We still got some points out of it. And, it was still a chance to play Warwick, which is a great course. So we'll just try to do better at Wilcox this weekend.
Well, I was going to ask what your next event is, but of course, I have to ask this other question, Alex. Was there a whole sponsorship, Alex Potts?
It was still there.
Yeah.
I almost took a picture and sent it, but I saw it. It was still there.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, I only parred that hole, but
That's quite all right.
It could be worse. Could have been a bogey.
That's the one I outdrove Leighton Brinster, who ended up winning the MA1 division with a -4 over Robert K, who shot a +2, and Mike Gonzalez shot a +4. So Leighton Brinster, the only under par for the weekend.
Unless you count Taylor DeRuvo.
Oh, well, yeah. Which we don't, because DNFs don't count.
Because he didn't finish. Yep. But yeah, Wilcox will be the official cross of the threshold. So
awesome.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would be Ghouls Fest, because I started my tournaments at FDR, and then ending it at FDR would kind of be cool. But oh well. I've still got like 4 events that I'm pretty much, at least 3 events that I'm nearly guaranteed to play, and potentially a 4th and 5th. So I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I'll definitely have plenty of points.
Nice.
For what it's worth, I did find the rule that we were chatting about, and it is 802.05 Section E. The line of play is the imaginary line on the playing surface extending from the center of the target through and beyond the center of the marker. There is no verbiage about Mando sign. The only other things in Section E are not relating to the question.
I saw the same thing, and I was trying to go through, I was trying to search for mandatory, and the only thing that the mandatory says is it restricts the area of space that a disc can travel.
Right.
So now I'm even second guessing myself, even though I was so confident that I had seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it somewhere. Nothing's ever easy to find on this.
We'll see. Maybe Jason can alleviate our confusion.
APDGA line of play mandatory refers to the 2022 rule change in disc golf that clarifies the line of play is always a straight line to the target/basket, regardless of any mandatory routes or mandos on the course. This means a mando does not alter your line of play for purposes of taking relief or setting your lie. Prior to 2022, mandatories could influence the line of play. The updated rule states that the line of play is always a straight line to the target.
All right, anybody up for a quiz?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we got 47 people, so how are we doing 2 teams out of this?
Me,
I'll
Justin,
jump
and
out to
Jaimen.
make it even.
I have a little bit of a surprise.
Oh.
If it's okay with you, Pat, I was always very sad that you have never gotten play, disc or no disc. So I came up with 2 categories. One is disc or no disc, and the other one's a little different. But if you're okay with it, I'd like to have you this time.
Interesting.
Only if Jaimen stays and he's on my team.
Pat loves surprises.
I don't know if you like surprises or not, but if that's okay.
When it comes to summer battle matches.
Oh, Corey, have you and Jason played your Summer Battle Royale?
Speaking of surprises.
Okay. No. So there are no surprises.
There you go. That's what I meant.
I'm pretty flexible. I mean, depends on the surprise, but this is not a bad surprise, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm game for most anything.
Yeah, so if it's okay, I'll be the one reading the questions this time.
That's quite all right.
Bro said I'm the captain now.
What are the other teams? Me and Jaimen, and who else? It looks like it's going to be a 4 and a 3. Well, you said you got 2 rounds, right?
I have 2 categories, so it might be good to have 2 teams.
So?
Oh, am I deciding?
Yeah, strong team of 3, and then just the other 4. Tim is strong. Evan is strong.
I'm on the team of 4.
You have to think, Corey. What questions would I ask?
Yes.
Me, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy versus Corey and the Strong Boys.
That seems pretty balanced. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
Okay. Let me get out a piece of paper real quick. So we've got...
All right, cool. Give me 5 seconds. 15 seconds. We're back.
Yep.
We have Corey. Who else?
Tim and Evan.
Tim and Evan.
The Strong Boys and Corey.
And then we have...
Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy.
Pat, Jaimen, Alex, Randy.
The only thing you're going to have to let me know when I should insert the music. While we're waiting on Corey, what are your thoughts on the AI? Do you like the song?
Oh, well, I'm actually also a musician. Not a professional one, but I have been playing piano for ever since I was 6. So almost 20 years, 18. I took lessons all throughout high school. I played in some competitions. So I've been playing piano keyboard for a long time. And I am honestly, I'm kind of on Tucker's side with this one. I think I really like to see art from the artist, but I can also see the side of if you weren't going to do it anyways, it's quick and easy. The thing I wanted to point out is that if you want to think about it this way, Pat, you're the composer, because out of all of the stuff the AI bot gave to you, you decided to pick that song. The AI could have generated anything it wanted to, but you curated that one song. Are you as a prolific artist as, Beyonce? Maybe not.
She don't write her own songs. We all know that.
But she chooses them.
Yes, she chooses.
Apparently that matters.
To your point, though, there were like 7 or 8 songs that I picked from.
Really?
When I typed in my little blurb, it spit out at least 6 songs, maybe more.
Right.
So, I mean, out of those I picked, sounds like Corey's back. So are we good?
Yep.
I think we're good.
So, Justin, I hand it over to you.
Okay, so it's kind of disc or no disc. One of the categories is disc or no disc. The other one's a little bit different. Oh, and I'm forgetting all of like the conventions that you have, Pat, with this. But who wants to go first? Since this was Pat's show, Pat, Jaimen, Alex, Randy can go first. So you can pick category 1 or category 2.
Ooh, what do you guys like?
Let's start with 1.
Sounds good.
Works for me.
Okay. Category 1. What is the smallest prime number? What is the smallest prime number?
I'm pretty confident it's 2.
Didn't we have this argument before?
Big time. Yep.
That is why this is a question, presumably.
100%.
I remember the question. I have no idea what the debate was. So
Yeah,
whatever
I
you
don't
guys
know.
think, I am agreeing with.
There was a question that was asking for a 2-digit number where both of the digits were prime, and both of us went for numbers with 1 in the first spot. And I had like some inkling that 1 was not prime, but we still answered it like that. And then Justin came back and was like, no, 1 is not prime. So I'm pretty confident it's 2.
All right.
I like your reasoning, Alex.
Okay. Is the number 2 driver a disc?
I'm pretty confident the number 2 driver is a disc.
Why did he say driver? We only said the answer was 2.
It's his game. He could do whatever. he
Yeah.
wants.
Scratch a little bit.
Yep. Because it's a disc is why he said it that way.
Mhm.
Last week, the answer was Led Zeppelin. I said, is the Zeppelin a disc? So
I understand removing the word lead, but anyways,
Some of the, it might be easier or harder to figure out what the disc is.
It's also question 1, guys.
I'll take it. Yes.
I agree.
Lightning discs, December 31st, 1996.
All right. So we got the disc or no disc category. So that's good.
Good start.
Hopefully the other team doesn't realize that.
Okay, so Corey, Tim, Evan, category 1 or 2.
Do we go for the obvious softball category in hole 1, or do we feel out hole 2?
So hole 1 is going to be all things Justin knew in for the history of disc or no disc that no one else knew, right? That's what that's going to be.
I knew that one. Let's do 1 again. Let's do this.
All right, let's go with 1. I like it. Let's do it.
This field of mathematics is partially focused on finding local and global minima through algorithms such as gradient descent, conjugate gradient, and the simplex method. This field of mathematics is partly focused on finding local and global minima through algorithms such as gradient descent, conjugate gradient, and the simplex.
Baited.
Yeah, big baited moment. Yikes. Yeah. See, I failed Calc 2 and then had to retake it in the summer, and then I bailed out of that curriculum when I got to Calc 3. I took statistics, and I took... That's it, actually.
Is it just like, what does Justin go to school for?
Take a guess.
Mathematics.
So is this like analytics or something like that?
There's something... Justin, could we hear the question one more time?
Sure. This field of mathematics is partly focused on finding local and global minima through algorithms such as gradient descent, conjugate gradient, and the simplex method.
I want to say statistics, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not... What else was I going to say? Something in freaking Latin? Yeah, statistics.
Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy.
Whoa, you didn't ask if we all agreed.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's wrong, though. Oh, wait, okay. So I
You
asked
do.
if you all agree.
Yeah.
I didn't, but that's fine. We can go on.
No, yeah, this is good. This is speed round.
Do we want to say like final answer or something?
I could tell it gets on their nerves sometimes, but I'm always like, "Are you guys sure that's your final answer?" But it's you're doing great.
Okay, Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy. This field of mathematics is partly focused on finding local and global minima through algorithms such as gradient descent, conjugate gradient, and the simplex.
I was a history major.
So, like, local and global maximum minimum, that's like, if you think of like a graph that's like a U, it's like the top point or the bottom point.
Apex nadir.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, if
Dude,
if you're picturing
nadir
that,
was a
right
Wordle question the other day. I was so
it
pumped.
was. Yeah, I remember.
Sorry.
It's not helix math. I'm just going. I'm going through disc names because there's some that I've been staring at for 294 episodes.
Is actuarial a disc, or how deep are we going here?
I'm pretty sure actuarial is not referring to this. My thoughts are like calculus or potentially like topology.
Guesstimation.
Maybe geometry. I don't think it's geometry.
Lightning disc has a number 5 geometry, but probably not. No.
To me, I think it's between calculus and topology.
If I was going to slap that on a disc, I would go with calculus.
Same here, yeah.
That's my thought too.
Okay.
Do you all agree?
Yeah.
On calculus?
We do.
Unfortunately, correct was optimization.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is not a disc.
The optimizer is a disc. I was going to ask about optimizer by Plastic Paradise. So unfortunately, no one got that one.
Right.
Easy category, right, Corey?
Yeah.
So Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy, category 1 or 2?
Do we want to investigate what 2 is?
I think we do.
All right.
Yeah, I was kind of going with that too. I don't know why, but
Let's figure it out.
Okay. Name the player who allegedly had the best C1X putting during this year at the 2025 Mindkill Disc Golf Championship.
Oof.
Well, it wasn't me.
Allegedly.
Sorry, I have to say it again. Name the player who allegedly had the best C1X putting during this year at the 2025 MKD.
But they didn't. Is what we're.
Well, I think it's because it's presumably self-reported.
yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to have to go with Corey Cook because I don't know a whole lot of people who keep a lot of stats during those tournament rounds.
I think Justin does.
Yeah, but he's not going to make himself the answer.
But he might have mentioned it on the podcast, and that's why it's a question.
Also possible.
I hate to say that Cook would go good on a disc.
No. The second
might be
category
Cook,
is not
bro.
discs, Randy.
Oh,
This is just trivia.
It's just trivia?
Yep.
Oh, this just ruins it. Okay. I guess I'll go Corey, right? I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't really have any other ideas, so I'm good with Corey.
You all agree with Corey?
Yep.
Never in my life, but in this instance,
Yeah,
him as an
exactly.
answer, yes.
You are all correct. It is the Corey Cook. No, it's not. He's not. As a follow-up, and this is the only easy one, name a disc plastic that is in Corey's bag.
This is for us for a bonus point?
Yeah, this is the follow-up for the second point.
XT.
XT.
He does have the XT Bullfrogs.
No, but isn't his whole thing?
It's
No, it's Star. Halo Star is what he would normally have.
Yeah.
Like Halo Star is the easy answer.
Oh, you guys getting it's only question 1. We got to get you got to keep it simple.
Corey, can you not either confirm or deny if there's an XT plastic in your bag?
Yep. I have 3 XT plastics, and they're all bullfrogs.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect. So we're back to Corey, Tim, and Evan.
Wait, did you actually do homework? Did I say that I had the best C1 putting at Mindkill?
Oh no, I looked, and it was you and me that kept stats.
Hey,
In the rain.
Yeah, in the rain. So yeah, that was part of the question. I'm sure Corey. Well, sorry, Corey, but I'm sure you didn't have the best C1X, but that's why it's allegedly. Anyway,
Did I mention Ryan Nelson missed 3 circle 1 putts at a FDR this week?
dude.
I just want to throw that in there. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ryan.
so Corey, Tim, and Evan, category 1 or category 2?
Evan, are you feeling like a strong boy? Because I'm not.
I was either going to say Corey's driving now, or you should pick because we didn't get your final answer in. Wait, would you have said optimization, by the way?
I would have said optimization or optimizer.
No. That was not in my.
Okay, well then never mind. Corey, you pick.
Okay, yeah, let's go with 2.
I agree. 2.
Okay, category 2. Question 2. Name the only player to birdie the uphill par 5 at Greek Peak during the 2025 New York State Championships. Name the only player to birdie the uphill par 5 at Greek Peak during the 2025 New York State.
Corey, did you do that?
No, it definitely wasn't me. And I didn't see anybody, but I feel like it might have been Kyle. If it wasn't, shit, yeah, I feel like it'd have to be either Kyle or Jaimen.
Let's think about it. If it's questions about people on the podcast,
Yeah.
that's maybe.
So
maybe
far,
we could-
we're 1 for 1.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You know?
Kyle has been on
It's
the
a-
podcast, but
No, but I mean, like right now. I don't know. That's the only category I was thinking about tying it there, but it could just be
I just
discounted.
feel like if Kyle birdied that godforsaken hole, he would have been. Oh wait, no, but I think I beat him at that event, so he was feeling pretty down overall, and maybe he was just like, "Yeah, but I birdied the par 5." Yeah, let's go with Kyle.
Okay,
I'm with it.
You all agree, Kyle?
we all agree.
Yes.
Is Kyle Hirsch? No, you're correct. It is Kyle.
Nice.
Name a disc that Kyle picked out of Bohanski's bag to play Meadowbrook with in Corey's hypothetical question from episode 205.
Wow.
Spring Fling.
Hold on. That's not our answer.
That's not. Yeah. Wait.
These are the molds, is what I'm looking
Corey,
for.
you asked Kyle what disc he would take out of AB's bag, so it has to be a disc, not a tournament.
I don't know what the
That's a
spring
disc in
fling
his
is.
bag.
Yeah, it's a disc in his bag. But I forget what it
Oh, is it? I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
I thought-
Like a E2 or something.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind. The spring fling is a disc.
It's got the spring fling stamp on it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is a tournament then. I'm
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I thought we were going way off course there.
That was great.
Damn, I forget what else. Like, what does Anthony have in his bag that's kind of stable? Do we get rereads on the follow-up questions?
Name a disc Kyle picked out of Bohanski's bag to play Meadowbrook with in Corey's hypothetical question from episode 2.
I don't know if Kyle would pick a flippy ass disc like that out of his bag throw, or maybe I'm just getting confused with Justin's. Oh, no, that's his data list. Oh, maybe would he say his data list? No, I don't know. Damn it, dude. What does Anthony even throw? I need freaking Jaimen on my team. I don't know. Spring Fling.
Yeah, let's go with your original gut and just say spring fling.
Yeah.
What mold is? I'm not familiar. What mold is the spring?
It's like a D2, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The D2 is correct.
Yeah.
Nice, Corey.
That is one of the 4. The others were Felon, Savior, and an AVR for his putting putter.
Corey, I'm sorry I doubted you. I was way out of my element.
That disc is synonymous with Anthony Bohanski. If anyone out there has a Spring Fling stamped D2, Bohanski will pay big money for it.
Pink.
Preferably pink.
I just want to point out real quick before we get to the next question. Corey asked for a repeat on the second question.
Uh-huh.
I got to apologize to Eric last week because I said he can't have a repeat. If you steal it, I read the question and I don't repeat it. I did it for Jaimen, but I shot Eric down. So I
Pat
apologize,
playing
Eric.
favorites.
Yeah,
Sounds like a choice. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
realized it in editing because I try not to, but Jaimen's just such a nice guy that I'm like, yeah, okay, Jaimen, sure. You know?
No, I need my tests read a little bit slower.
Yeah, no, my bad. So I apologize, Eric.
So Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy, category 1 or 2?
If I had to guess, I'm going back to 1. I can't think of anything more difficult than that. Question 2.
Local random knowledge.
I didn't play test these or ask anyone about them, so they might be impossible.
That's a difficult thing because sometimes I ask my wife, but she listens, so I don't want to ruin it for her. So it's tough to play test. They're tough.
Yeah.
I am good with the other one.
Yeah, if we want to go traditional, I'm good with that. I'd have known the answers to the other ones, though.
I'm kind of thinking we stay in 2 for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, get the easy local knowledge out of the way.
We don't want the hard.
Assuming
local
they're in
knowledge
order.
ones.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm fine either way. I just I threw out my opinion, but I don't care. This is a totally different feeling for me. So
Oh, how the turntabled.
Somebody make a choice.
All right.
Although Pat does know every disc that's made ever at this point, so maybe 1 is the right way to go.
some
Scoop
I've seen
those up.
many. And just to point out, the first 2 he used, I've never used.
I think
So-
he may have listened to every episode at this point and written them down. I think we do that. I also think Justin, when he listens to the podcast, has that list up that he made. But anyways, let's keep going.
So 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. Category 1, question 3. Solve for x, where x is negative I times the natural log of negative 1. Solve for x, where x is negative I times the natural log of negative 1.
I want to say like X1, X2, X4, X5, and X6 are discs that we have not used. I want to say the only one I've used in a trivia question is X3 because that was a movie. So I don't know if that's what he's going for.
I didn't say this, but I is the imaginary number.
Oh, I don't
Square
even
root
know
of
what that
negative
means.
1, if you were curious.
All right, Alex.
Yep. Good luck.
Dude, I am working on it. I'm thinking hard.
I couldn't even remember how to write the natural log from college, so
I wrote the X down and then got lost.
All right. So the inverse of the natural log is raising e to the power of whatever you're doing. So what I think this is going to be, so to back up, e to the I pi is -1. So I think x is going to be pi.
I like it.
Yep.
Better than anything I got.
With Alex's answer?
I think we do.
Yep.
Oh, okay, everyone. Is the pi a disc?
Wow.
Bravo, sir.
Nerd alert.
Pat, this is your...
If the pi is a
This is
disc,
yours.
it's one we've done before.
Oh, okay.
It would have been a
fair.
long time ago. There's a pi pan discs.
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Yeah.
use it? I am so right now, like, don't look at...
Keep your eyes on the waves.
No, it's not open. I'm not- I do have more than one tab open, but none of them are disc or no disc related.
And by the way, this is normal Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast rules. Like,
Yeah, no, it could be pi,
any-
P-I-E.
Yeah.
It could be P-I. It could be... That's the only ones I got.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like it. I feel like PI could be one of the Chinese company discs.
Yeah, like a mathy company. Yeah.
And then Pi itself, yeah,
Also
is
possible.
also just like, I don't know, maybe somebody has a historic nod to where the Frisbee came from in the first place, which is a Pi tin.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like it as yes.
Do we all agree?
I'm fine with whatever they say because, like I said, I know pi pan discs, but that's all.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
I was thinking you guys would go for the what is it, the Clash discs are all food,
Oh, true.
Mm.
but okay.
That's
So-
why I kind of thought it might be because it was so long ago that I ran out of those food answers that I was like,
Right.
oh, I might have done a pie.
There is a magpie for what it's worth. That's one of
No, there
the-
definitely is,
Yeah, but
which I've
unfortunately-
definitely used. Heckle and Jekyll. What type of? Nobody got it, but we got a point, right?
You did get a point. You got a point for the question, but not for the bonus. So Corey, Tim, and Evan, category 1 or 2.
Corey got both of our points so far, so whatever he wants.
Damn, we only got 2 points.
Yeah, you only have
Shit.
2 points. Pat, Jaimen, and Alex and Randy have 5.
Yeah,
Both
I
of
think
them.
we stick with 2.
All right.
All right.
Unless you guys know any advanced freaking collegiate level math questions.
I've been out of the game for a while, so
Yeah, me too. All right, yeah, let's stick with the more recent knowledge of podcast content.
Okay. Name the winner of the 2024 Mindkill Disc Golf Championship AM side in MA1. He also notably birdied hole 10 at Cogs with a backhand this year. Name the winner of the 2024 MKDGC AM side in MA1. He also notably birdied hole 10 at Cogs with back this year.
Shoot. Damn, was it 2024 or was it 2023 where... Oh, wait, no. Randy's not on our team. Fuck.
Ask me.
What year did you start running the MKDGC AM side?
2005.
Correct.
I think it was last year, Corey, if that helps you. I think he's done it twice now.
I didn't play it last year, so what I was thinking of 2 years ago. Not that I won it, but I was there. Kyle wouldn't have been eligible.
what about who can birdie that hole with a backhand?
Yeah, do you know any of that?
What was it? Hole 10 at Cog with a backhand?
I don't know the hole.
No, yeah,
Me neither.
me neither. I know like the first 3 and the last 5, but the middle section's a little wishy-washy. Who was there? I mean, I feel like it's got to be...
I don't know, Tyler Gannon or who's playing
Was
MA1.
he there?
I have no idea, but he's got a cannon.
He is canon.
That's what I hear.
Everybody
But
says
winning Mind Kill... I kind of want to say Justin Mucelli. Because I know for a fact he played Coxhall. I know for a fact his rating was low enough to play AM last year.
Now that you say that, I think that rings a bell. I think he did win it in 2024.
I feel like I can picture a video of him putting
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it's Justin Mucelli.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I agree.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy.
Yikes, I
I
already
was
typed
going to
it down.
say, big mistake
The
thinking
winner
that Justin
of-
won an AM tournament.
Named the winner of the 2024 MKDGC AM side and MA1. He also notably birdied hole 10 at Cogs with a back.
Do you know it off the top of your head, Randy?
No.
I have no idea who won. I'll think on it, but
All right. I took pictures of everybody. I know Ethan Hatters did okay. I don't know if he won it. Who else is on that card?
One thing that's important about that is that last year's Mindkill AM side was the same weekend as Syracuse Open, which is where Justin was.
Jason won it in
Shit,
2023,
that is
didn't he?
true.
Jason won it in 2023. Yeah.
But also, acing a hole at Cogs means they probably played Welcome to the Jungle if we need that like cross section.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't
Birdie.
remember.
Oh, birdied, whatever.
Yeah.
Or not whatever. But
I've been trying to go through Cogs. I'm going to do that right now.
dude, I've only played it twice and like the whole numbers
I would not be
completely
able
escape
to.
me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think of the pictures I took of that card.
It wasn't Tyler the Cannon Gannon?
I don't think so.
I mean, he is a lefty, so it would be like a backhand. Noting that it's a backhand kind of is interesting, but
Shoot. Maybe
It's not Justin Park, is it?
could be.
That would be notable if he birdied that hole with a backhand. So if I remember correctly, and I probably don't, hole 10, I think, is that short little island hole that you're like throwing over a swamp.
I know the hole you're talking about, but I wouldn't be able to tell if it's 10 or not.
Yeah, I think I'm wrong about that because like that's like a super obvious backhand hole. I feel like maybe 10's the downhill one right before it, super downhill with the basket on the right, which would make a lot more sense.
That's in the same sequence of the course. I do remember that.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
got, though.
okay. Oh my God. I feel like Bohansky was on that card too. I don't remember Justin Park.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody who was there this year. I got like nobody.
Got about 15 seconds. I mean, I'm on your team.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what if I say that.
Pat just can't help himself.
I'm just trying to think of like rising AMs from last year.
I mean, Ethan was my gut just because I know I took a picture of him playing that day.
That sounds good to me. I mean, even if
That's-
it's wrong, I think it's a solid guess.
He
Yeah.
does seem like someone who would win Mind Kill.
Yeah, I like it.
Do we all agree, Ethan?
Let's go, Ethan Hatters.
So Ethan came in second.
Oh my God.
The winner, who birdied hole 10 with a backhand, it wasn't notable that he birdied, but it was notable that Nick Warren threw a
What?
backhand.
Wow.
That's not allowed.
Wow, that's right.
But he won Mindkill?
So I was going to ask what 3 discs Nick Warren picked. He threw a Leopard 3, Thunderbird, a Zone.
Ah,
But yes,
Dang.
that Nick Warren.
mm.
So after all that,
Yeah, that was a steal, though, right?
Yeah, I think
that
it's
was
back
a
to us.
steal. So Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy get the next pick.
My theory of the disc or no disc questions getting easier did not pan out, so I'm out for this one. I mean, Alex got it pretty quickly. I don't know how hard that was, though, Alex.
I relied a lot on me knowing random math trivia, which I don't know is particularly...
I would say that's really helpful right now.
It's not really consistent, though. I know a lot of random trivia, but I wouldn't be able to tell you a lot of random math trivia.
It's not a super deep well.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's math related, you can count me right out.
Whatever you guys want to do, trust your local knowledge or your math knowledge. I have neither.
If it was just me, I think I'd go number 1, but
But we could steal the number ones.
also true.
So maybe we just go to... All right, let's go to 2.
Let's
Yeah.
go to 2.
Okay, category 2, number 4. Name the player who has won a disc cap tournament in back-to-back years. Also, their PDGA number is 148801.
Oh, if he said
Name-
3, 4.
Damn, Pat, your
Name
first
the
time?
player who has won a disc cap tournament in
Let him read it
back-to-back years. Their PDGA number is 148801.
Can you elaborate? Is that the same disc cap tournament back-to-back years, or just
Same disc cap
Okay.
tournament.
He baited me, Corey. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The 148, he baited me.
Triggered.
And it's just any 2 years. It's
All right. So should we agree that it's someone who has been on the podcast
I
for
think that
the
makes
narrowing?
sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's a relatively new player because that PDGA number wasn't out before 2020.
Oh, somebody newer than Ryan Travis.
I want to say Tucker Kozlowski.
What did he win?
That was also my first guess, but
He's won the Jammer. He's won Blatnick.
Didn't he beat Corey 2 years in a row?
Back to back. I mean,
Back to
Could've
back
been when
is
he was
part
an
of it.
AM, though.
Yeah.
It's back to back, but the same tournament.
Didn't he
both
win
years.
the Heiser, the April one?
He's won a lot of Heiser
I mean,
tournaments.
he's won a lot of tournaments. I'm just trying to lock in on the same one twice in a row. Not that we need to know that.
Man, I had to apologize to Eric, and I fucked up after question. The question. Man.
See, it's not so easy on this side, is it?
Mm-hmm.
You all know I did it on purpose that one time, right?
For K-pop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know,
down.
Randy. We know.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think we're going with Tucker without knowing the tournament name.
I think Tucker's a pretty reasonable guess, and I'm certainly not coming up with anything solid.
2024 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Tucker Kozlowski. I think he beat Justin by 5 points, but he's the trivia guy, so I don't know if I should be saying that.
So, what discs did Tucker Kozlowski answer during? You're correct during Corey's question.
Oh,
Do we have to get all of them?
No, just one.
okay. So one of them he had to say was Proxy.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident he had said Proxy.
I would bet another one he said was the Passion.
You're right. He does love a passion. Are we allowed to go with the putting putter? Because I think I know what he puts
Yes,
with.
you are allowed
Shield.
to go with the putting
Shields.
putter.
Yeah.
He does putt with shields for sure. I do remember that.
And then I would say his other one, he would just say a Destroyer or a, yeah.
So, but we have to narrow it down to one. Which one are we most confident with?
Oh,
And just to be real sure, every once in a while, Corey asks questions about discs that he doesn't currently throw.
Ooh, I've been playing the long con this entire time.
So, one of these questions could have been, like with the Kyle one, it was asking about, discs out of somebody else's bag. So I do think in this case, I remember him talking about a Proxy. I know for a fact he puts with shields. But yeah, just to have in mind, it's something that, he asked.
Which one
I
do you
hate
guys
that
feel
about
most
Corey.
confident with?
I know he puts with shields like he still does. Has for a long time.
yeah. It depends a lot on how he asked it because a lot of times it's besides your putting putters, what are the three?
Did he come on when he was trying to get on Discraft and was putting with something else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. I know he did that for a little bit. That's fine.
Wait, whose team is Tim on?
I'm trying to
I'm trying to throw him for a
missed
loop.
the mute button. You missed the
There's
mute.
so many people. It's crazy.
Corey, he's on the podcast team.
All right, somebody make a decision, Proxy or shield.
I would say Proxy because he's.
I think
if,
okay. Let's go Proxy. Yeah.
if
I
he's
think we
throwing,
did talk about
it's
it.
gonna.
Let's go Proxy.
You are correct. He did mention a Proxy.
Yeah, just remember the Proxy is always the right
Not
answer.
mention a Shield. I never heard him say
Wow.
anything about
So
a
you
Shield.
guys chose very wisely.
Yeah, I only heard Baseline Proxy, Wasp, T-Bird, and Stability. He did talk a little bit about a Buzz, but it seemed like his final choices were Proxy, Wasp, and T-Bird. So back to Corey, Tim, and Evan, category 1 or 2.
Corey, I think you still have our only 2 points.
I think we stay with 2.
Okay.
Okay. Name the player with a rating over 900 that has the highest range in round ratings in 2025.
And
No, that's it.
you gonna read it again?
Oh, sorry. Name the player with a rating over 900 that has the highest range in round ratings in 2025.
Man, if only I would have seen some
If there was
symbol in the
only there was a
sky,
sign.
or, like a flashing light, or like a bat signal. I probably wouldn't have had any type of guess until I had this immaculate conception of a thought in my mind.
Right.
And now I kind of want to go with Alex.
I had the same kind of premonitional feeling for no reason at all.
I don't know if that's just a little bit of self-deprecation or if it's kind of a joking storyline. But it would be kind of funny if that was the answer. Tim, you got any thoughts? Have you had any interactions with angels?
I mean, I just got this. I think think I got the same sign you did.
Let's go with it then.
Okay, let's
go with
it.
Alex Potts.
Going with Alex Potts. Pat, Jaimen.
No, dude, baited.
Super baited.
Alex was raising his hand like it wasn't a great answer. At the
Oh, it was a good answer, but I knew it wasn't me.
Oh my god!
Player with the rating over 900 that has the this is disc cap people. I forgot to say, but it's someone in disc cap.
I think we narrowed it down.
With a rating over 900 that has the highest range in round rating 20.
I mean, the first person who stuck out in my head was Kevin Wynn because he had like over 1,000 rated round at Prospect, and prior to that, he was like a 910-ish rated player. Although now he's like way up to like 960 or something like that. So
he has a nickname because of it.
Thanks, Tim.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I was pretty confident it wasn't me, or I was really hoping it wasn't me. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's get back to people who have been on the podcast, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm going to call Adam Nelson out for this too, because I think he like set the course record at CTK, but then I guarantee he has shot like an 880 rated round.
Oh, at least, yeah.
He also
he's not been on the podcast.
I don't think he's the answer.
Do we have any actual reason to believe that it has to be somebody on the podcast, or are we just constraining that artificially?
No, I think the Nick Warren one really tipped me off.
Yeah, so far, I mean, it's held true. So
it has held true, but it has not been outright stated.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like that limits it a lot.
I feel like Jason Lasasso has also had some really high and really low rated rounds.
No, he's never had a low round.
Well, they keep getting dropped.
I thought he said he's like never
Which
shot
means
below
he doesn't
900.
have a huge difference.
Wait, was this in the year or like ever, Justin? Did you say
It's the year?
No, it's the year 2025.
It's in 2025.
Okay. Sorry, just making sure.
Because I know Jason has had a dropped round.
He's had some bad
Wilcox.
rounds this year.
Yeah.
He has. I guess it's been a while. This question came up at some point in the
He's
last
almost
couple
a
years.
guest
He
at
said,
this point, so I would say Jason.
I know. At some point, he said he'd never shot below 900.
Because his first event, he shot like crazy good. So yeah,
I would have said his rating has never dropped below.
Oh,
900.
that's right. His rating has never been below 900. Okay. All right. I like it.
Jason. Because it's a steal. Only because it's a steal. It's like go outside the box kind of thing.
So do you all agree, Jason? I'm sorry, no. I debated you again. Adam Nelson.
Hold ya.
Yeah. All right.
Adam Nelson.
Well, at least now we know it's we help them.
The fourth wall is broken or something. I don't know.
Hear that, listener?
I ran out of people to look on the.
That just means we got to get Adam Nelson on at some point.
Yeah.
It's
Adam,
actually
tell us about your worst round ever. Sorry.
In 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Adam Nelson had his 1047, but he also had he had a stinker this year. Looks like an 895 or 860 even at Crandall.
I was going to say 895 sounded too high.
I knew you.
I don't know how I feel about an 895 being a stinker.
But he did have, so far, 1047, highest rated disc capper round of the year. That's big props. Big props to Adam Nelson.
You ain't over yet.
Wait, can you ask the follow-up question, though? I want to see that.
Oh, yeah. The follow-up question was, Randy, you probably will get this. Name a disc in Adam's bag that contains the name of an animal, but the disc itself is not an animal.
Contains the name of an animal, but is not.
I was going for the eye dog.
Oh. He does love that disc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Corey, Tim, and Evan, right?
Yeah,
that was a steal.
Okay, so Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy, where are we going? Category. We still have one more question in category 2 and a couple more in category 1.
I don't think we want 6 from 2.
I don't know. I don't know if it matters.
I think
Also
they're all
fair.
tough at this point. Yeah.
Fair. You guys tell me.
I think we just keep going with 2.
Yeah, let's close it out.
Sure.
Okay. Name the player who took an 11 on hole 7 at Fox Run and also ended that round at plus 11. Name the player who took an 11 on hole 7 at Fox Run and ended that round at plus 11.
I know the guy who ended hole 8 at a 10 and ended his round at plus 10 at Warwick. But
So I think this one's Justin, because I was on the card behind him, and he had a good drive. So I was like, wait, what? How did that happen? I do think it was Justin, and I apologize if it's not Justin for being so convinced it is.
I love that.
I like it.
Yeah. No, I'm
We
good
all
with that.
agree.
Sorry,
Yep.
but yes.
It unfortunately was me. So, name a disc that I answered in Corey's question about 2 hours ago. Do I even remember what they were?
Dude, I was so zoned out when you were talking. Damn it.
It was eagleable holes at J Park.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I only named 2 discs.
Oh yeah, so an eagle.
Yeah, Eagle, the fucked up one.
No.
No?
He's not on our team, just pointing that out. I don't know, but
I feel like Evan's gonna have words with you.
It's all right. At this point, we can't win.
There's still enough points out there.
Is there?
He said he would throw a cut roller on hole 8.
But
Yeah,
it wasn't an eagle he
with
was
an eagle.
throwing.
Oh, what was his new roller disc? Strive. Was it
Strive.
what is it? Strive?
What?
I don't know what's happening.
There's still so many points out there, Tim. There are 6 points out there. We're only up by 6 right now.
Eagle,
Yeah,
Strive, what are we
not
going
like-
Strive.
Yeah.
All right, we're going with Jaimen here.
I said it at the same time as
with
Tim, if that counts. For you.
Jaimen.
Pat, you might have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I did say the Strive on hole 8.
All right.
You did.
So
That would be such a blunder if he has to edit that in.
that wraps up category 2, which was disc cap trivia. I should have had another question for someone who was on the podcast, but oh well. I think my idea for this was MPO players. It was all MPO players. That was the other thing they all had in common.
I thought that was great.
Okay. We only have one category left. I think this is Corey, Tim, and Evan. I guess you have to pick category 1, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
This principle states that if n items are put into m containers and n is greater than m, then there must be at least one container that contains more than one item. This principle states that if n items are put into m containers and n is greater than m, then there must be at least one container that contains more than one item.
Yes, the principles.
Who was your principal in high school, Corey?
Just saying, Corey, the first time I used the Jets to win a survivor pool, they can't beat the Dolphins.
Bro, the first rule in any fantasy or betting sport
Never
is to
take the Jets as a survivor.
You got to take them at some point.
Never.
And you thought, oh, the Dolphins give up
You
points
know
to
who I
everybody.
pick for defense every week? Whoever's playing the Jets. I
I agree with Corey. The Jet principle. Never take the Jets in the Survivor League.
The principle, I don't know,
Of N.
the additive principle.
I think Corey has a history of like pulling answers out of his ass.
Ooh, that means
and getting the
that means
question
it's
right.
All right.
You know, the streak might be ending, is all I'm going to say.
It's either that or the freaking M&M principle.
Oh, Eminem. I like that one.
Yeah, let's go with M and M.
Enema? You want to go with an enema?
M&M.
Is that, you all agree?
Yeah. I got nothing. So I
Okay.
guess.
Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy. This principle states that if n items are put into m containers and n is greater than m, then there must be at least one container that contains more than one item.
I have no clue.
That's called the no duh principle.
Doy.
There's a lot of those, unfortunately, in math.
It's called the I needed a PhD.
This is the disc or no disc round.
Yep. So
Tim, do you have any new ideas?
No, nothing's come to me in the last few minutes, but I appreciate the call.
Yo.
If I get a point for winning, just be the secret. I'll do it.
The flyer,
I have absolutely nothing.
putter. These I'm just throwing out a lot of
Somebody pick one.
common names.
One of the things he says.
I got nothing.
Yep. I like the flyer principle.
go
Sure,
with it.
why not?
Unfortunately, no. It is the pigeonhole principle.
Ooh, I thought they
Oh, and we all know how pigeon is definitely a
And
disc.
the pigeon is definitely a disc. I was going to ask if the principle or the hole is a disc. The other word
No.
is a pigeon.
Neither
Oh, well.
of the other ones are. Am I right?
Okay, sorry, that one might have been a little too dumb. But I don't
No,
know.
that's it. Hey, it's all for fun.
Valid. So Pat, Jaimen, Alex, and Randy, category 1, question 5. This type of equation involves functions of multiple variables and their derivatives. They're used to solve problems involving wave propagation, heat flow, and traffic pattern. This type of equation involves functions of multiple variables and their derivatives. They're used to solve problems involving wave propagation, heat flow, and traffic patterns.
I got nothing.
I mean, the first thing that came to my head was multivariable equations, but that seems very broad.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say the chaos principle, but I don't know.
That could be a disc.
What's a derivative?
That's a difficult question to answer.
It's when a song is too close to another song.
Didn't Ed Sheeran prove that every song is like the same?
The 4-chord song.
Love that song.
So derivatives have to do with the rate of change of the equation.
Yeah,
And I don't know how to explain it any better than that, unfortunately.
Did you take thermo? Like, are there any types
Did
of
not
equations
take
from
thermo.
that? Okay.
I did take a traffic engineering course, but
Yeah, Randy.
it was a very long time ago.
Did you stay at a Holiday Inn last night?
I have nothing at all.
No.
Can we hear the question one more time?
Sure. This type of equation involves functions of multiple variables and their derivatives. They're used to solve problems involving wave propagation, heat flow, and traffic patterns.
It all seems so simple. Like wave propagation, heat flow, and traffic patterns.
After multivariable, the only thing that I was really thinking of was differential equations.
Something.
Yeah, I like differential over multivariable, and I got nothing else.
Perfect.
Yeah, I
We're
like
going
it.
with it.
Yeah, just what I was thinking.
Going with
Confidently.
differential equations.
Differential equation.
Could you be more specific?
Are we looking for multivariable?
Multivariable differential equation.
Multivariable differential equations. That's all I got.
Is that your final answer?
Anybody else got anything?
No, I can't think of a class title. So no.
That's all we got. That's our final answer.
Corey, Tim, and Evan. This type of equation involves functions of multiple variables and their derivatives. They're used to solve problems involving wave propagation, heat flow, and traffic.
I don't know another offshoot of differential equation. All I took was diff-EQ, and that was it.
Very close, though. Very close.
The only thing that comes to mind with differential equations is like linear or nonlinear.
Ooh.
But I don't know which would, like wave propagation, heat flow. I don't know.
Heat flow.
Maybe nonlinear.
Non-linear.
But like I said, I'm way out of the game. It's been a long time since I
I could
took any kind of math.
fathom a thought as to what linear means versus non-linear, and I would assume that in transfer of heat, it would be non-linear. Although I don't know if you'd apply.
You know, I'm actually going to cut you guys off because when you Google multivariable differential equations, the Wikipedia article for the thing that I'm looking for shows up. So I think I actually have to give it to them.
Okay, that's fine. Is the answer non-linear differential equation?
I was looking for partial. differential
Partial
equations.
diff-EQs.
Of course.
But I think they're pretty close enough.
Which is, of course, a disk.
Yeah, is the PDE or the PD5 a disk? Because E is the fifth letter.
It certainly could be a disk. If we're going back to where it's our question, I think it is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, one question. I know we got one question left. It says for your membership status, verified and current. What is verified?
I think that means I'm a rules official.
Okay.
Like, does it say rules official, verified?
Well, for official status, you're certified.
Oh, certified is probably the rules certification.
For membership status, it said verified and current.
Oh, I think for Amworlds, we had to do this thing where we had to verify our identity so that when we showed up, it was actually us that was playing the event.
Yeah.
So I
You want
had
me to
to,
just
like-
read the definition?
I
for
clicked
you
it.
guys?
Yeah, it says the purpose
Okay.
of the PDGA identity verification program is to confirm that collected member data the PDGA has on file for each member matches an acceptable form of identification. Okay. No, I just had never seen verified and current. So,
it was around when I went to Emerald.
okay.
So-
Just something a little side note. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But it is the PDE or PD5 a disk, I think. I didn't
I was
verify
for
that.
yes, I guess. I think it went that high.
Yes.
Okay.
We were also on yes.
As far as I know, I'm sorry, no. There is no
You just said PD.
PD5.
I swear you just said PD or PD5. No.
I said
No.
PDE or PD5.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind. I would have said no.
Sorry.
I heard you loud and clear.
I
You guys
think
are
we're
still
okay.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question, I guess. Okay, so Corey, Tim, and Evan.
For 10 points.
What is the smallest number not to be included in the name or alternate name of any PDGA approved disk? It is also the only number that is one larger than a square number and one less than a cube number.
Ooh.
What is the smallest number not to be included in the name or alternate name of any PDGA approved disk? It is also the only number that is one larger than a square number and one less than a cube number. This one is probably the hardest one here.
Damn, what, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm intrigued by the question, but I'm not going to come up with an answer.
If you want to know how I got this answer, there's the disc model search bar, and I just typed up from 1 up. And if it showed up, it wasn't the number.
Yeah. I think most, I don't know, because like the Prodigy stuff usually goes to 5. Then you have, I don't think DGAs are actually their name, like where they do the flyer, like 8 was a pipeline or something like that. I think.
Wait, hold on. If cube numbers is times itself 3 times, I was just thinking about cube numbers. 3 cubed is 27 and 25 is 5 squared. So let's say 26.
26.
Okay.
Definitely.
Love it.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yep.
You are correct.
Woohoo!
This was the freebie one. Is the 26 a disc?
Didn't you just tell us no?
Right.
Also, there's no way 26 is harder than fucking partial Diffie Qs or pigeonhole propaganda theory or whatever it was.
I just had to, it took me longer than I wanted to come up with that, but yeah. No, it's not a disc.
It's not.
You are correct.
Yes!
I just got half our points.
Sounds like Eric Struda in the match versus SPW and CTK.
Spoilers.
Oh, God. 4 points. So congratulations, Pat. Pat is 1 for 1, 100% win rate. Isn't that
killing it? I'm reeling,
especially on an episode where one of the what we thought was one of the categories was podcast people and like callbacks, Mr. Photographic Memory.
Yeah, I'm a little.
You mean disc golf Rain Man?
Yeah, you failed this, Nick. Or Nick. Tim, go take a nap.
Well, to be fair, the first questions weren't podcast people. I knew pretty much all the other ones.
Okay, all right.
The second question, I even gave the point to the other team. So, so to be fair, the questions that were about the podcast, Corey, I did know.
Okay, I see you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, well, thank you, Alex, Evan, Randy, Corey, Jaimen, Tim, and thanks for coming on, Justin.
Thanks, Pat.
I definitely have to come up with a nice math trivia round for you.
Yeah.
In the future.
Well, that was kind of that was the goal.
No, that was fun. I appreciate it. Well, sweet up, everybody. Thanks.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Pat.
Pat.
Does anyone else think that he's just a tad quiet?
Just a tad.
I think I prefer him at this volume, though.
Whoa.
Oh no, maybe you're good. Maybe just that's pretty.
I can move my microphone into a more central location.
Oh, that's much better, much clearer.
It's like an ASMR recording now.
No one's subscribing to that.
No,
but you do sound better.
It looks like my voice is being recorded for everyone.
Yeah, keep an eye on them sound waves.
Yeah, I'll make sure I don't peak the microphone too much. So is the intro music going to start playing at some point, or
No, I add everything in post, as the kids say.
It's ruining my immersion.
Yeah, I don't have that riz, as Corey would say.
Be ready to be immersed as soon as Pat drops that hot "Welcome to the podcast." That's when you know shit's about to get going.
I do have an intro. I was just the first few minutes. It's usually what ends up at the end.
Right.
It's just like a lot of times it could just simply be somebody, oh hey, blah blah blah, whatever happened, and I'll just hit record midway through it. This time I didn't hit record early because I wanted to make sure that you got on. They had the option for the call settings and everything worked before I hit record. But it's just random.
And don't be scared of dead air. That's when
Yeah.
Pat knows that, like, okay, move on to the next thing or whatever.
Yeah, a little dead air. It'll get fixed in editing, and then And if anybody asks you a question and you just don't know, feel free to either start over or be like, I don't know, and I'll just edit it out. It's no big deal, no pressure.
Hopefully I can provide quick and swift answers to the questions asked of me today.
No need to be swift, but.